today, and we're on Trump arrest watch. Trump said it could happen today, it could happen tomorrow, it could happen during the program, it could happen while we're sleeping tonight. But we are now on Trump arrest watch, and President Trump has a message for us, which I'm going to play right at the top of the show, which is really frightening. Here we go. Yes. Welcome, everyone. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. It is Tuesday morning, March 21st, and we're right now on Trump arrest watch. We are. It could happen tonight, this afternoon. It could happen while I'm on the air. But we are on Trump arrest watch. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen next week. We don't know. But President Trump, a couple of things, a lot has happened. Okay? A lot has happened. Around the DA's office, they're putting up metal barriers to control crowds. They started doing this yesterday. That's an indicator. The grand jury is done. That was it yesterday. We're going to hear about that coming up, which was just insane what happened inside this George Soros bragg grand jury in New York. But make no mistake about it, Donald Trump thinks he's going to be arrested. Two things. He said so, right, over the weekend on True Social. And President Trump made a video message that I'm going to play for you right now. And this is really frightening. I've listened to this twice. This will be my third time. And it's almost like this message, which I'm going to play for you now, uninterrupted when I play it. This is President Trump from Mar-A-Lago. It seems to me that he made this message and got it out there because he doesn't know when they're coming to arrest him. And he wanted to get this message about what is going on out there before it happened. And this very well, what you're going to hear right now, I know this is hard to believe. I'm in shock. I feel like I'm in a bizarro world. It's hard to imagine these things are even happening. But I feel like Donald Trump made this message that I'm going to play for you right now for the American people because he wanted this out before he was arrested. And this very well may be the last words we hear Donald Trump speak out loud before he is arrested. So I'm going to play this uninterrupted, and I want to take your calls. We're going to talk about what Governor DeSantis said yesterday, and I want to get a lot of feedback on all of these things today from those of you in the listening audience. Our number 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. All right, here's President Trump's message to the American people, that would be us, that he just put out there. Listen.
These four horrible radical left Democrat investigations of your all-time favorite president, me, is just a continuation of the most disgusting witch hunt in the history of our country. It's gone on forever with Russia, and Ukraine, and the Mueller hoax. It's an absolute disgrace what's going on. They even spied on my campaign. And remember this, with all of the work that they did on Mueller, no collusion. That's what the answer was all no collusion. Whether it's the Mar-A-Lago raid or the Unselect Committee hoax or the Stormy Horseface Daniels extortion plot, they're all sick. And it's fake news. Our enemies are desperate to stop us because they know that we are the only ones who can stop them. And they know it very strongly. And they're looking at the polls where, not me, but we are up by so much. They can't even believe it. They know that we can defeat them. They know that we will defeat them. But they're not coming after me. They're coming after you. I'm just standing in their way. And I always will stand in their way. Thank you very much.
Wow. Richard Nixon had the checkers speech. Remember, he was accused of taking kickbacks like Biden does. And he gave that speech, the checkers speech. He said the only gift he received was the family dog named Checkers. So if we were to, and that's very famous, the Checker speech, and the name is really famous. I guess this would be President Trump's horseface speech because he referenced Stormy Daniels, and that reference that's anger, and he should be angry. I got a question for you. Got a lot of questions today. One, does this statement by President Trump sound like something he did because he wanted to get his side of things out there before they come and arrest him and turn this country into a banana republic? It sounds that way to me. It really does. And it's sad to hear this. It's sad, very sad to hear this, but that's what it sounds like to me. But I got another question. So Donald Trump was the victim of a blackmail extortion plot, not by Stormy Daniels and Avenatti. They were just useful idiots. I believe this was done by the same people that brought you the Russia hoax and the Mueller investigation. No doubt about that. And I do believe that. I mean, there's no getting around it. Why are they going to arrest President Trump for being a victim of an extortion blackmail plot, paying off a porn actress, which he didn't do? Michael Cohen paid her with his own money. I remember it clearly. But this is my question. If that's a crime, why isn't Joe Biden being arrested and charged for paying for Hunter Biden's hookers? If you remember, in laptop, callers on hold, stand by. I'm going to take our first break in a moment, and we'll get to the calls after the break at 1-888-GO-CANE1. If you go and get Laptop from Hell, which you should do, not while I'm on the air, wait till after, get the audiobook. Not only did Joe Biden pay for Hunter's hookers, he paid, if memory serves, about $25,000 to that one hooker, that Russian hooker at the Beverly Hills Hotel. Hunter paid for the hooker on Joe's credit card. And they put the charges through a bunch of times because Hunter was so stoned he couldn't get it to, he didn't think it was working, and he put the charge through like 5 times. So why is paying for hookers not a problem when Biden does it? But being blackmailed, that makes you a criminal? You're the victim. Trump's the victim. Not a criminal. He's a victim. All right. We're going to take our first break of this Tuesday morning. My name is Brian Craig. You're listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show. On the radio for 46 years, the Steve Kane Show in the state of Florida. We'll be right back.
Don't sit on the sidelines.
No, I'm serious about that. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. And everyone, like the video. Liking the video helps a lot grow this channel. Now, let me know in the chat, yes or no. Did that sound like Trump's goodbye speech before the arrest? It does to me. And the more I hear it, the more it sounds that way. That's the third time I heard that entire statement. It does to me. But they're certainly not putting up the barricades for nothing. There's a reason they put up the barricades. No getting around it. And, we're going to talk about DeSantis too and hear everyone's thoughts on that. But we're just in a scary place right now. We're in a scary place. It's not fun. This is not funny. I'm not enjoying it. And you guys shouldn't be either. I mean, this is just awful what's going on here. Most people agree. Yeah, it does. It sounds like that. Doesn't mean he's going to be, but he wanted to make sure that he had an opportunity to do that just in case. That means he doesn't know when they are coming. This is so hard to believe. It really is. Isn't it? I mean, I feel like I'm on another planet. I really do feel like I'm on another planet. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. You'll love this channel. This is the most pro Donald Trump channel on all of YouTube. No doubt about that. And I'm with Trump forever. MAGA forever, baby. And everything Trump said in that speech, scary. I mean, I've got goosebumps. I really do. I have goosebumps listening to that. I really do. Not happy about it at all. I know you guys aren't either. It's so amazing to me that these people in the mainstream media thinks that this is okay. How they can think that, I don't know.
On the air since 1977. It's the Steve King Show.
It sure is. Callers on hold, stand by. We are on arrest watch, which is really a scary thing. It's hard to believe this is happening. Is this still America, or America in name only? Oh my goodness. You know, a lot of people might fly their flags upside down. That's the international sign of distress, an upside down flag. That would make a statement. Calls on hold, stand by. I just want to talk a moment. I was listening to the commercial during the break with little old me for any lab test now of Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs and allergy testing. You know, my wife and I, we get all of our lab testing done at any lab test now in Boca. Now, listen, there's a lot of any lab test nows around, but there are only two that are advertising on our radio station. Any lab test now of Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs. So you know what that means. Don't go to the others. Just go to those two. And the reason that we go to any lab test now of Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs for all of our lab testing, first off, they have all of the thousands of lab tests that your doctor will order, and at very, very low prices. I mean, it's unbelievably cheap. And you're in and out in just a few minutes, 15 minutes or less. In fact, I've never been in there 15 minutes. I go in there for a test. I'm out in just a couple of minutes, and I know them. So I'm yakking it up and having a conversation, and I'm still out of there in less than 10 minutes. You go to your doctor's office for a lab test, it's like a whole day affair. It takes hours. Do any of you do virtual doctors on, you know, we get a doctor on an app or something? Last night, my wife had an issue. She thought something was going on. She went to any lab test now of Boca. She had a test done. They emailed it to her the next day, and boom, she did a doctor's appointment virtually right after she got the results, and emailed the results to the doctor, and boom, he prescribed. She didn't have to go to the doctor's office. It's absolutely amazing. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalwood Plaza, where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road, north of Hillsborough, on the east side of 441 State Road 7. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is on the northwest corner of Ramblewood and University, right next to the Coral Square Mall. Okay, make sure you only use those two and mention that you heard about them on the radio. All right, so I'm going to go to the phones. I played in the first segment, which to me sounds like President Trump's farewell before the slammer speech. I mean, this is really, this is just a sad day, people. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Brian. It's Pat. Me and you spoke a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I had found out some important information. I ran across a thing on WEF, World Economic Forum, and George Soros was sitting there with a tablet of paper, and this old SOB was talking in an accent, and he says, "Oh, we can't have president for president because he says, but I want Ron DeSantis." And my theory is now that Ron DeSantis has been paid off by Soros.
Well, okay. Now I'm gonna. You're not gonna hear me defending Ron DeSantis too much today, but I'm going to clarify what you heard because I know what Soros said. I heard it too. Okay. Okay. What he was not. I know a lot of people are saying that Soros endorsed DeSantis. That is not true. I know I could go with that and lie to the audience and get all the lines lit up, and we could talk about it for hours, but it's not true. What George, this was a month or more ago. It's been a while. And what he said is that he wants Ron DeSantis to run against Trump in the primary because it would divide the MAGA movement. And people in the Republican voter base would be so alienated from whoever won in the end, it would make it easier for the Democrat to win. That's what he was saying.
I was going to vote for him in 2028 after Trump is done.
DeSantis?
Now, yeah, but now that he's done this and said he won't help him, I will never vote for him.
Well, I'm going to play in a few minutes after the next break. I'm going to play Ron DeSantis's speech. But what they're trying to do, Bragg, is kidnap a Floridian. They're misusing their powers, which is illegal, right? And they want to take a resident of Florida, a Floridian. His name's Donald Trump, but it could be anyone. It could be a guy on the street. They want to kidnap a Floridian and put him in Rikers Island in New York. And Ron DeSantis should stand up, not just say that he's corrupt and backed by Soros, but say you're not going to come to Florida and snatch up and kidnap Floridians and send them to jail up there because Soros told you to. But DeSantis didn't say that, did he?
No, he didn't. I'm very disappointed in that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if you guys knew about it, and
Absolutely.
I've been praying like crazy that vengeance comes.
Okay, all right. We don't need to start using that kind of words, but thanks for the call. I want to call her Roz. I don't know if you guys, Monsters Inc., you guys know Roz? Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Hey, Mike, you got your week 2 of the time change and you're back on schedule.
I'm back on schedule, yes. And here's the deal. You don't arrest an extortee. You don't arrest a blackmailee. That's what they're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're arresting somebody that's been blackmailed.
That's correct.
So,
I mean, like I used this example yesterday. If someone is kidnapped and the family pays ransom to the kidnappers, do you arrest the family members who paid the kidnapping ransom?
no.
That'd be crazy. Well, that's kind of what they're doing.
That's right, and that's the thing. And you're right about this message that Trump sent out. This is his pre-going to jail message. You know, if they actually end up.
I mean, are you going to take sex assault victims and arrest them because a girl was wearing a revealing dress or a mini skirt? Oh well, we're going to arrest her for not the. You don't arrest the victim of a crime. David Letterman. There was an extortion plot against him years ago. Do you guys remember this? There was a woman's husband. I don't remember all the details, but he went to David Letterman and tried to blackmail David Letterman, just like Stormy Daniels with Cohen through Trump. And I don't remember David Letterman getting arrested. I remember the guy doing the extortion getting arrested. And then later, I think he went on to work with James O'Keefe, actually. But I remember him getting arrested. The extortionist got arrested, not David Letterman.
Absolutely, and I'm starting to firmly believe that this is another attack by the deep state on Trump.
I think the whole Stormy Daniels extortion approaching of Michael Cohen was the deep state at work. I don't think this just happened.
And this goes back to when he first said "drain the swamp."
Now let me ask you, Mike. That message that President Trump left us, does it sound like almost a final message before he's arrested kind of speech?
That's what I said that earlier. I said this is before he gets arrested. They're gonna come and get him if he refuses to go, which I don't think he will. But If he refuses to go, they're gonna come down here and come down.
Well, if they do it like they normally do, I guess CNN will be a part of it, like with Roger Stone.
Oh yes, and you know that CNN is gonna have some truck somewhere. I mean, when you went a couple days back to last week to Mar-A-Lago, you saw those cameramen setting up, right?
Oh yeah, when I was at Mar-A-Lago on Saturday, the fake news, they sent out advanced teams of cameramen so they could stake out their territory for the cameras, and they had their tripod. They just had tripods up with some cameras and a cameraman, no reporter, but they want to stake out their spot so they have the best shot to get the view of Mar-a-Lago when CNN arrests Donald Trump. Hey, Mike, thanks for the call. If you're on hold, stand by. This is a sad day for this country, and it's going to be a very historic day. This is a very terrible time we're in. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. We'll break and be right back.
Making morning radio great again. I think you're going to really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Now, listen, if you are new to my channel, subscribe. There are over 1,000 people in the live stream right now. I know you're not all subscribed, and I know only about a third of you have liked the video. Please subscribe and like the video. When you do that, especially liking the video, it tells the YouTube algorithm to recommend this video and my other content to people that have not yet found this channel. And this is where MAGA comes to talk, people. This is the most pro-Donald Trump channel on all of YouTube, the most pro-Donald Trump radio show on the planet Earth. Okay, that's a reality. For that matter, in the known universe. Okay, and this is this great opportunity. Those of you that are new, I'm on 6 radio stations. The callers you're hearing are a mix. Some of them are listening to me on one of our radio stations, some on YouTube or other online platforms, and it's a pretty terrible thing. Now, I'm going to add, when I get back from the break, well, thank you, Blackbirds. I appreciate that. You guys are fantastic for supporting me. I do appreciate that. I'm going to play Ron DeSantis's statement and do my best not to characterize it, because I want to hear what you all think, because I know what I think, and I'm not happy about it, but I want to hear what others think, because am I too close to this? I think Ron DeSantis very well, may have ended his political career with that comment yesterday. Don't you guys agree? I mean, that's just insane. Yeah. Well, we don't know what they're going to charge him with, and it doesn't matter. See, this is the thing. Bragg, these Soros people, they don't care. They can still arrest him, and if the case gets tossed, they don't care. They just want the mugshot. That's that. They want that mugshot so bad. And even if it gets tossed, he still was arrested. They want him arrested, and they want that mugshot more than anything. But then they're going after him with this RICO case, like he's John Gotti or something. I mean, they're just these Soros prosecutors are just getting out of insane right now. Yeah. Trumped up charges. That's right. Yeah, and I know a lot of people say, well, Trump wants to get arrested. He does not want to get arrested. They're not going to let him out. They're going to at least keep him overnight. And as crazy as this sounds, they will do it. I know they violent criminals in New York get arrested and they're home for dinner, not Trump. They're going to keep Trump at least overnight. And I wouldn't be surprised if they send him to Rikers. It is the Twilight Zone. Yes, we're in the Twilight Zone. It's really hard to believe what is happening is happening. I mean, there's no getting around it. No, it's yeah. No, you can extradite people, but DeSantis could stop it, at least delay it. and let this go through the process and get a spotlight on this, because when we get back, I'm going to play DeSantis, and then after that, I'm going to get into what happened inside the secret and closed grand jury hearing yesterday, which is disgusting. Oh, I'm going to go turn the air conditioning down, guys. Be right back. But you can still hear me. I've got my wireless mic on. Let's see what the temperature is. It's kind of cold outside in Florida today. It is 77 degrees in this radio studio. I'm going to put it way down. Put it down to 70. All right. I just put the thermostat to 70 degrees, which is how I like it. Oh, man. Did you guys hear me as I walked out there? We're in a break right now. We'll be back in a moment. If you're new here, subscribe. Everyone like the video. This is the most pro Donald Trump channel on all of YouTube, the most pro Donald Trump radio station on any radio station on the planet Earth or the Milky Way galaxy, for that matter, and beyond. And it's hard. Are you guys feeling like it's almost like I'm in shock? You know, that this is happening, and I was very surprised at DeSantis yesterday. I thought he would. You know, to me, I'm going to play this and people can call in and share their thoughts. But to me, I thought he would be more clear thinking. I mean, people are ticked. I mean, I was watching people talk about DeSantis in the Right Side Broadcasting chat room yesterday. I was like, oh, my goodness. Yeah, yesterday was Barron's birthday. That's right. And the things, I mean, people that love DeSantis are just, don't be so sure, Mark. This is New York. Once he's in New York, he is under Soros Democrat custody. And they've been, All right, welcome back, everyone. 33 minutes after the hour, as we are on arrest watch for Donald Trump. President Trump let out what seems to be his final statement before his arrest, or at least he thinks so. He's preparing for it. And yesterday, Ron DeSantis, oh my goodness. I mean, I'm going to play this uninterrupted of Ron DeSantis yesterday, and I want you guys to tell me your thoughts on Ron DeSantis and his comments yesterday. I know what I think, and I'll share with you my thoughts, but maybe I'm just too close to this. Maybe I'm not. I mean, I don't know, but I was really not just disappointed. I'm shocked at what Ron DeSantis said yesterday. Our number 1-888-GO-CANE-1. It's a toll-free call, no matter where you're listening to us. 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. Here's Ron DeSantis, my governor, yesterday.
Be involved in this. I have no interest in getting involved in some type of manufactured circus by some Soros DA. Okay, he's trying to do a political spectacle. He's trying to virtue signal for his base. I've got real issues I got to deal with here in the state of Florida. We're obviously shutting down CBDC, which is important. We've got so many things pending in front of the legislature. I've got to spend my time on issues that actually matter to people. I can't spend my time worrying about things of that nature. So we're not going to be involved in it in any way. I'm fighting for Floridians, and I'm fighting back against Biden. That's what I do every single day.
Wow. I mean, that talk about a non-position. And when Governor DeSantis said at the end he's fighting for Floridians, President Trump is a Floridian, okay? Like most of us, he's from up north. He's from New York. I'm from Ohio. Most of you are from somewhere else, you know. But Donald Trump is a Floridian. And as I see it, it's what I told Mike from Louisiana. Bragg, through the orders of Soros and the Democrats, okay, are abusing their authority to snatch a Floridian and take them to New York. It's like it's almost like a kidnapping. They're trying to forget about it being Trump for a moment. Bragg is committing a crime in an attempt to snatch a Floridian. Now, I'm very interested, this is crazy. Someone needs to ask Governor Abbott in Texas about this, because what we need is a governor who's going to stand up to Bragg and say, no, you're not going to do this, and offer sanctuary to President Trump. Governor DeSantis, I've been a supporter of Ron DeSantis, and I know most all of you have. But, libs of TikTok, all of us that are, you guys know libs of TikTok. Libs of TikTok is amazing. A very conservative woman has a Twitter account called Libs of TikTok. And a lot of what you hear in the news comes from her. She posts videos made by liberals on TikTok, most often school teachers, to Twitter, and boom. Ron DeSantis taking over Disney was a direct result of Libs of TikTok. And Libs of TikTok was an anonymous woman, and then her identity was discovered, and she was under threat, right? These liberals were threatening all kinds of things to the woman behind Libs of TikTok. And Governor Ron DeSantis did something which was pretty amazing. He contacted the woman because she was being threatened by these liberals for exposing them. He offered her safety and said that she could stay at the governor's mansion in Tallahassee for as long as she wanted for her own safety. Well, why isn't Ron DeSantis offering that to President Trump? He really took a non-position, taking both sides, which cancels the other one out. So we need someone to go to Governor Greg Abbott. And the reason I bring up Governor Greg Abbott, because isn't there a Trump rally over the weekend planned in Texas? So the president's going to travel to Texas. Will Governor Greg Abbott offer sanctuary to President Trump in Texas? I don't want to see President Trump leave Florida. I like the idea. I drive by Mar-A-Lago every day. It's right down the street. And things are always better in Florida when President Trump is here, except for spring break on South Beach. But I don't want him to leave Florida. I want him to stay here. But I also don't want him to be arrested. Now, a lot of people, they say, oh, he'll be out. He'll go in. He'll surrender. He'll be out. Boom. Are you kidding me? Watch a little bit of MSNBC and with a focus on the NBC part. NBC News has been breaking all the stories about the arrest of Donald Trump. The insiders in the DA's office have been feeding information to NBC News, which is MSNBC is a part of. And I've been watching them all weekend long and yesterday, and they're talking about how he should be held without bail just based on his comment on Truth Social. Right? They say he's a danger. He could rally his people up to do things. They're not going to let him walk out. He's going to stay at least a night in jail, President Trump, in New York. They might send him to Rikers Island. I'm not kidding. I know this sounds crazy, but this is where we are right now. And I want to hear your thoughts on Governor DeSantis at 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. President Trump responded in a pretty sharp, very brilliant way to Ron DeSantis's comment yesterday, and I want to read this, and then I'll go to the phones. After DeSantis's, I'm going to stay out of this. I'm working to protect Floridians, unless their name's Donald Trump. President Trump on Truth Social posted that picture of Governor DeSantis with those high school girls with the boobs pressed all against him in that picture. And what I'm talking about. And he put this out there. Ron DeSanctimonious will probably find out about false accusations and fake stories sometime in the future, as he gets older, wiser, and better known. When he's unfairly and illegally attacked by a woman, even classmates that are underage or possibly a man, I'm sure he'll want to fight these misfits just like I do. Yeah. Great statement by President Trump. There's some reporting today that the Secret Service are trying to get Bragg to do a virtual arraignment, which they're not going to let. Bragg is not going through all of this to protect Trump. He wants the perp walk. He wants the mugshot. He wants him walking in and walking out. He wants the fingerprints. No virtual. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, Brian, Bill, Alexandria, Virginia.
Hey, Bill.
Just want to tell you a couple of thoughts. One is I think DeSantis is right. He can always change his mind and do something if he feels it's necessary. Also, another thought, I think that if it's a misdemeanor, they can't extradite him. I could be wrong about that. I don't know if
Well, they're not talking about misdemeanor. They're talking about some kind of felony. And we don't know what the charge is going to be, but they're talking felony.
I know that. And plus another thing is if something is done to keep Trump in Florida, that doesn't help Trump. I mean, the problem he's got, he could go to Texas, he could some other state, and they can still try to.
See, in Florida, and well, yeah, but the governor can delay it. In Florida, we have something called the Sunshine Law. All government business has to be done in the open, in the Florida Sunshine, so everybody can see what's going on. And so, you know, Governor DeSantis, like any other governor, when there's an extradition request from another state, can, in the very least, delay extradition by calling for their own investigation to find out the merits of the charges. And when that happens, if Ron DeSantis were to do that, because we have our Sunshine Law here in the state of Florida where everything has to be public, that would be a very open process and the public would see it. And I think when the public saw it, boy, they'd be in trouble in New York.
Might be the opposite. What if DeSantis came out and said, we've investigated, it looks to us like they've got a case?
Because they would have, the investigation and its findings would have to be public under Florida law, under our Sunshine Law. And it wouldn't be some secret thing like they're doing in New York.
The same issue is there. What?
Trump's not a criminal. Well, then he's in trouble.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I don't think he's still in trouble. I think that Trump is going to take this thing and going to absolutely, as everybody's saying, is going to win the election. Proof.
Yeah, but I don't think, listen, once he's extradited to New York and walks into that courthouse, he is under the control of George Soros and the Democrat Party. He's like, you know, he's almost like he's a prisoner of some bad people. They're not just going to let him walk out. They're going to hold him for as long as they can. They're going to keep him at least a night in a jail cell, and maybe longer.
Can I ask you a question that's not connected specifically?
Well, let's see.
Yeah, what does it mean to subscribe?
Oh, on YouTube, it's free. It doesn't cost anything. On YouTube, if you watch on YouTube, you don't follow, you subscribe, but it's free. So if you subscribe on my YouTube channel, you get all my YouTube videos. All right? All right. Now, listen, we're up against the break. If you're on hold, stand by. We'll be right back.
The cold, hard truth.
What's that? We're running out of chairs.
My chair leg just broke.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The wheel just popped off and it fell on his face.
No, he's in Virginia. He's not listening on the radio. Let's see. I'm going to take more calls when I get back, but There are some other things we got to play, some more audio. We're in a crazy place right now. Those of you that are new, subscribe. You know, we got the countdown to 60,000 subscribers on YouTube. Let's see, how many am I away from that? I can't pull. I lost my internet. I am 478 subs away from 60,000. So if you're not already subscribed, subscribe. And getting closer. Oh, no. 467 now. Thank you very much. Yes. Yeah, this is just not right. And I know a lot of people saying, oh, Trump wants to get arrested. No, he does not. And that audio I played, does it sound like he wants to get arrested? I don't think so. Oh, my goodness. There's over 1,200 of you in the live stream. Welcome to all of you. Make sure you like the video. We're just in a commercial break. We'll be back in a moment. And I'm going to go right to the calls. Yeah, less than half of you have liked the video. So please, liking and subscribing helps grow the channel. My wife sent me a really funny text. All right, here we go.
Take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on.
All right, it sure is. Callers on hold, stand by. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977, celebrating 46 years on the radio this year. Welcome one and all. Let's just take some calls. Let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Steve from Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, Brian, I appreciate everything that Ron DeSantis has done for Florida, but I was very disappointed in his speech yesterday. He seemed like Pontius Pilate, just washing his hands and saying, well, I'm not getting involved and everything. And I was very disappointed in that because this is a national crisis and all of us need to stay.
A lot of people are saying, somebody just texted me what a lot of people have been saying since yesterday. Well, what does he expect? Trump has been trashing him. That doesn't matter. Justice is blind, man. And if Ron DeSantis has the power to stop the stealing of a president from Florida, they're going to kidnap him, take him to New York, on trumped up charges. And he's not doing something that he has the legal and moral obligation to do because someone made fun of him. Well, doesn't that make him corrupt? Like Bragg? Well, I don't like you, so no justice for you? Doesn't work that way.
Right. Yeah, what's happening in our country right now is just, I've never seen anything like it. I'll be 67 in April, and I've just never seen anything like it.
Yeah, they'll go with them. Absolutely.
We need to stand up and say, no, this ain't going to happen.
Yeah. I know. Do you think that they're that if they extradite Trump and when they book him, that they're just going to let him walk out, or do you think they're going to hold him in a cell somewhere?
No, they're going to do him like they did Roger Stone and all the rest of them. They're going to just put them through everything that they can possibly put them through without turning the people completely against them, which they're going to turn the MAGA, us MAGA. We're already against them.
Look, when they broke into Mar-A-Lago, Mar-A-Lago was under Secret Service protection, and they broke in and ransacked it, went through the First Lady's underwear drawer. I mean, come on. Went through Barron's room. Come on,
I'm just really baffled by the whole thing and how it takes place.
I'm numb in a way because it's hard to believe this is happening.
Absolutely. Yes, it is.
All right. Take care, man, from Fort Lauderdale. By the way, that spring break's back. What part of Fort Lauderdale are you in, by the way?
I live up almost in Pompano Beach.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that spring break was pretty crazy this year. It was like the 80s again.
I don't go near that.
Yeah. Too old. Yeah, me too. Me too. I'll tell you. Oh, man. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, good morning, Brian. This is Gina from New York.
Hey, Gina.
I don't want to burst anybody's bubble, but I think as time goes on, people are going to find out and realize that Ron DeSantis isn't all cracked up to be what he is. And
Yeah.
he's an extreme left, and I think he's involved with all of them. And this is a show that he's putting on with the Floridians in Florida.
Well, you know, I don't like the idea that a corrupt prosecutor in another state can just come to Florida and snatch Floridians and take them to New York.
Absolutely, because the left, they do what they want to do. They don't.
I mean, if they can do this to President Trump, what about regular people?
Well, that's what's coming, Brian. This is what's coming. They're trying to strip all Americans from their constitution and control people.
Well, because they know what's best. We don't know what's good for us. You know, like there's a story. I heard a story in the news last night. One of these school officials was attacking parents who want to have a role in deciding what their kids are taught, you know, with all these drag shows. And these parents, many of them didn't even go to college. How are they going to, oh, well, excuse me. Rush didn't go to college. Hannity, didn't graduate. So you hear the arrogance from the left all the time. They're smarter. They just are so right. They're so right. And
the only thing I can say is if DeSantis is running for president, people better be cautious and beware.
Okay. All right. Well said. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning. This is Richie.
Oh, hey, Richie, the bus driver.
I hate to say this, but this is actually bigger than President Trump because for the first time, the nominee for president of the United States is going to be taken out of the people's hands and put into a
They're arresting. Listen, I want you to think about this. They're not just arresting a former president. They're arresting a presidential candidate because, like President Trump said in the horseface speech that I played in the first segment, which I'll play again in the next hour, he's a double-digit lead in all the polls, like I told you yesterday. By the way, do you think it's a coincidence that I spend so much time talking about that and President Trump had it in his speech? I don't think so. He was home at Mar-A-Lago.
But people don't realize.
I was listening yesterday.
I'm not giving an lecture. You're watching the disintegration of our country all around, every aspect. From the law is a rule. Rules are put out by the representatives of the people. You get the guy from.
Well, I think maybe it's been this way for decades. We just didn't know it. We were living in the Matrix. We were living in an illusion, and it's been exposed.
Yeah, law is good for you, but not good for me. In other words, they're turning the justice system against the people of this country, not just President Trump. They close their eyes to what goes on in the border, and every one of those people breaking the law.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only as good as the enforcement and.
Now, did you hear the president's statement that I played in the first segment? Did that sound like President Trump's farewell before I'm arrested speech? Sounded that way to me.
Yeah, because he knows it's coming, and it's not because he's guilty. It's coming because they're corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
The tyrannical government at its best. They are working against not just President Trump. They're working against us in every aspect. Everything going, and they got a guy in the White House that's running this tyrannical government.
Yes.
So when I say government, the Democratic Party has been corrupted by the most disgusting people, communism. And this is what's hitting this country. And if I open my mouth, they say, well, you're scaring them. They're not communists. Sure, they're communists. They want to socialize them, spend this into oblivion. It's just, and President Trump is a sacrificial lamb.
Mm-hmm.
If he goes to jail, the Secret Service has to protect him because they're not just going to, so they're going to have Secret Service spending time in jail too. This is
well, people say that, but as I was saying to the caller earlier, look what happened. The Secret Service were at Mar-A-Lago, and they went through the First Lady's underwear drawer.
But they weren't protecting him. You're protecting him against any attacks. They're going to send all the Secret Servicemen in the jail with them. They have to. So the bottom line is, this is going to become a total circus. What these people are doing in New York City. Look what's going on in New York City. This guy, people are killing him. People are trying shooting them in the streets, and they get out the next.
No bail. That's out. Exactly.
No, but this is disgusting. This is why I say tyrannical government at its best.
All right, Richie the bus driver. Oh, man. All right, let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Lisa in Wood, West Virginia.
All right, West Virginia. What's up?
I love your show, and I watch your show at night with Kathy.
Thank you.
Love what you're doing, and I love President Trump.
No, thank you. So do I. I love President Trump, too.
Everything you put out over the radio, and I love your show. I hate the TV stations.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, thanks for your support. Thanks for listening.
Okay, bye.
All right, take care. Now, I want to tell you guys about Mike Lindell, who you're going to hear from later on the program, the inventor of the My Pillow. Oh, man, I want to tell everyone about the 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets. You know, I have 6 sets of the 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, 4 regular and 2 flannel, and they are so good. They're so good. You know, Giza Cotton is the finest cotton in the world. And Mike Lindell says, you know, there's a lot of companies that sell Giza cotton sheets, but they're only 10% Giza cotton. Mike Lindell's are 100% Giza cotton. And that means that they perfectly regulate your body temperature, no matter what the temperature is and what time of year it is. Hot summer, cold winter, you're feeling great. You barely even need a blanket. It perfectly regulates your body temperature. They're amazing. And we've had hours since the sheets have been out. And they're like the day they arrived, because everything Mike Lindell makes is high quality. But one of the things I think is super cool about the 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, which are buy one, get one free at mypillow.com when you use our promo code KANE at checkout, KANE, is that the bottom sheet, the fitted sheet, fits on all 4 corners of the bed perfectly. And if you've got other sheets, I don't care how much money you've spent on them, getting all 4 corners on, especially after they've been washed, is almost impossible. You can get 1 or 2 corners on fine, the 3rd corner on about halfway, and that 4th corner, I've been in situations where I've been pulling so hard on that 4th corner of the fitted sheet that if my fingers slipped, I'm using my finger, all my strength, that I'm afraid my fingers are going to slip, and I'm going to end up with a dresser knob in my back. With the MyPillow 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, even after being washed dozens and dozens of times, all 4 corners fit on perfectly. Just 2 fingers and a thumb. Boom, 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 boom. Amazing. With or without the 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper. It's amazing. So they come in many different colors, and they come in every mattress size there is. The 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets are available. Buy one, get one free with our promo code KANE at checkout at mypillow.com. You can also order by phone, toll free, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code KANE, KANE. All right. Those of you who want to hold, stand by. We're going to take our top of the hour break, come back with more calls, and get deeper into what they are doing to the greatest president ever, Donald Trump. And remember, this is our radio stations. This is the radio station of Mar-A-Lago. And when you call in, the boss may be listening. That's right. All right, 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. And I don't mean Bruce Springsteen. You know who the boss is. 1-888-465-2631. This is Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. My name is Brian Craig. Back after this.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIO.
Oh, man. This is something else, guys. It really is insane. Roger, well, hold on. Okay. I'm getting emails and text messages like crazy. I should have shut them off after yesterday. It's hard. It's distracting to get text messages constantly when I'm on the other. I turned off the the little sound for it. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. There are over 1,300 of you in the live stream right now. This is the most pro-Donald Trump place on earth right here. I'm right up the street from Mar-A-Lago. Right over here is Mar-A-Lago, and we're right here, broadcasting live. And you'll never find a program that loves Donald Trump as much as this one and as much as I do. I promise you that. Okay? Some people may argue with that, but it's just not the case. No one loves Trump more than me. And what's going on here is insanity. Complete insanity. And I've got to get through. Let's see here. I thought what Robert Costello, who was the grand jury witness yesterday, I thought that was amazing. I'm going to play that coming up. He talked about everything with Michael Cohen, and I thought it was just insane. I'm going to go through the phones first, though. Take some of these calls. Oh, boy. There's only one story in the news to me, and that's this arrest of Donald Trump. I mean, I can't. How can you get yourself interested in any of the other news stories? I mean, there's only one news story. I mean, we're in crisis in this country right now. There's a crisis going on. No. That's right. West Virginia. Welcome, West Virginia. Where is everyone located? Like, what state or country are you in? There's over 1,300 in the live stream. We'll be back in about a minute and a half from the break. Tell me where you are located. City, state, country. Rome, we know where Rome, Wisconsin's from. Phoenix, Wyoming, New York, Vegas via Austin, Alabama, South Carolina, Florida, Arizona, Indiana, North Carolina, New York, Communist New Jersey, Arkansas, the People's Republic of Massachusetts. There you go. Miami, the land. Australia. Welcome, Australia. Maine, Tennessee. Wow. Northern Ontario, Stockton, California, Odessa, Texas. Wow. You guys are all over the place. Perth, Australia. Welcome. See, Trump has united the English-speaking world. There's a lot of MAGA in Australia, a lot of MAGA in the UK. Well, thank you, Ty. It is crazy. Fresno, the moon. All right. Anyone on the International Space Station?
Now, back to the Steve King Show with Brian Craig.
All right, welcome back. Hour number 2 has begun. Our number 1-888-GO-CANE-1. We are on, sadly, arrest watch. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Conservative Doug.
Hey, Doug.
Okay, man. First of all, I'm very disappointed that DeSantis, I think made a terrible mistake by not saying, at least if President Trump wants me to give him protection, I will do everything I possibly can. That's all you have to say. I mean, you didn't have to do it, but big mistake. Number 2 is if he does do that and President Trump doesn't go, this bought and paid for DA in New York will take all Trump's property, seize them all because he's not doing what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but I'm hoping that, did you hear this Costello guy? He was at the...
yeah, I'm going to play that coming up. Yeah, I'm going to play... Robert Costello was the final witness in the Bragg grand jury, and he broke all kinds of news that's not being reported. I'm going to play that after the next break.
Great. I'm hoping that that's going to end it, and the grand jury won't say to give him the power to extradite him.
Well, I'm telling you, the grand jury is done. That was it, right? And I didn't hear an announcement that they didn't render an indictment. What I saw was them taking out those metal barricades and everything. The grand jury's done. That was it. Bragg said that was it yesterday. And don't you think they would let us know if they weren't going to do it at this point? Why are they bringing out the metal barricades in front of the courthouse?
Yes, they must be. I didn't see that part, but I was hoping by getting wishful thinking, but I get them wrong.
All right, take care, Doug. I know. You too. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Helen from Massachusetts.
Hey, Helen.
Hi. I'm done with DeSantis. That guy runs for president. He will not receive my vote.
Ma'am.
Receive my vote.
Mm-hmm.
So over this, and I'm so afraid of saying what I really think.
Well, then don't say it. Then don't say it. Then don't say it. All right. In fact, I'm not going to give the opportunity. It sounds like she's a little out of control. Then don't say it. Oh my goodness. Well, do I have time to play? Yeah, I've got time. Let me play the Costello thing. So Robert Costello was the guy that was a legal advisor to Michael Cohen. And he was the final witness brought in at the request of the Trump team into the grand jury. And he broke all kinds of news about Michael Cohen. Let me play this for you. He was on Tucker Carlson last night.
Told them that there were two main points that I wanted to make clear. That Cohen had...
Now he's talking about the grand jury and the prosecutor, is who he's talking to.
Typically told them that there were two main points that I wanted to make clear. That Cohen had told us that when we first met him, that he was suicidal. Why is that important? Because when you're suicidal, thinking that that's the only way out of your legal mess, and you're presented with the following options, that you could cooperate against Donald Trump and provide information that would get you a get out of jail free card, and you respond to us, I do not have any information on Donald Trump. And he said it many times during that 2-hour meeting. I swear to God, Bob, I don't have anything on Donald Trump. And I had my law partner, knew Michael Cohen for 10 years on Columbia Grammar and Prep School here in Manhattan, because Cohen was on the board of directors.
Yeah.
And when I heard him say that he was suicidal the weekend before, standing on the roof of the Regency Hotel, I didn't know whether he was a drama queen or telling the truth. So I looked at my partner and he shook his head and nodded, I think he's telling the truth. And later on, we had that corroborated by the Reverend Jerry Falwell and his wife, who had dinner with Michael Cohen, who told him the same thing. Why is that important? Because when you're willing to give up your life in order to avoid these legal troubles, when they're insurmountable to you, and you're offered a way out, so all you have to do is cooperate on Donald Trump. Do you have anything on Donald Trump? And he says no repeatedly. I swear to God, Bob, I don't have anything. Then you know that you got a guy who probably doesn't have anything. It's certainly easier to give up information on Donald Trump than it is to kill yourself. On top of that, while he's making these speeches during our period, he's marching up and down on the other side of the conference table like a tiger in the zoo, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. He looked like he hadn't slept in 5 days. He looked like somebody who was suicidal. And every once in a while, he would stop and point at us. When I say once in a while, he did this at least 20 times and said, guys, I want you to know, I will do whatever the F I have to do. I will never spend 1 day in jail. Now, what he's saying is I'll lie, cheat, steal, shoot somebody. I will not spend a day in jail. Do you think a guy whose mentality is going to not admit that he has information on Donald Trump? But that the DA's office didn't ask me questions to bring that up. And I brought it up anyway. I ignored their questions and simply gave them the information.
Okay. Wow. A lot of news there. First off, that's very historic. That's Costello. He was the final witness in the grand jury, in the Bragg Soros grand jury yesterday. And what's very historic about it, grand juries are secret. You don't get this kind of insight into what's going on inside of a grand jury. You never do, and we did, almost in real time, because he testified yesterday. He was the final witness, the star witness, who was brought in at the request of the Trump team. Bragg brought him in so they could seem impartial. But what he just said about Michael Cohen, that is all major news. that multiple people, independent of one another, he said he was suicidal to. And when they offered him a deal to get out of his troubles that he was suicidal over, he would do anything for it. What kind of credibility do you have with someone like that? And you hear what he said, brag. They didn't want that to be told to the grand jury. Now, this is a New York grand jury, bunch of Democrats. So, they don't care about all that, but that's very important stuff. And Costello there, we've not heard the last of him, because as this plays out legally, he's going to be a star witness in more than one proceeding over this. And I hope he does the entire interview circuit as well. And I've never heard such detail about the mental health of Michael Cohen prior to him making his deal. Have you? I have not. And I mean, we suspected, and but now we've got some hardcore evidence from multiple sources. And what I'm wondering is more, which we don't have, is the timeline. See, I'm wondering if they went to Michael Cohen before the Stormy Daniels thing, and he was part of a major setup, because this all was, it's very, remember, they were spying on Donald Trump at Trump Tower. They were spying on his campaign headquarters during the campaign, which was also his home at the time, right? Trump Tower. This Stormy Daniels thing was taking place around that time. And so it's very, very possible that Michael Cohen, everybody knew Michael Cohen was a sleazeball attorney, even when he was working for Trump. I mean, that's who you hire for that kind of work, sleazy guys. Donald Trump is in the construction business in New York City. You got to have a corrupt, sleazy guy like Michael Cohen dealing with all these Democrats in New York when you're trying to get permits and dealing with unions and everything else. Could you imagine what that's like? So you go to someone like Michael Cohen, you can find something on him. And I do think that the whole Stormy Daniels mess could have been part of the deep state plot against our great President Trump. No doubt about it. All right. We'll take our break. There's more to share. Our number 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. Don't forget, if you ever miss a portion of the show, you can go to our radio station website, trueoldiesfla.com. And about an hour after we go off the air each day at trueoldiesfla.com, the entire radio show is uploaded as a podcast and archived up there forever. So if you missed a part of the show, or you missed a show entirely, which I cannot imagine you guys would ever miss a show. We have listeners that listen while they're in hospital beds, okay? And that's that's great. Not that they're in the hospital, but they're so dedicated, they're listening while in the hospital. But you can always catch a show you missed or a portion you missed there, trueoldiesfla.com. Maybe you want to hear a call that you made, or save the call, because you can download it as an MP3 and save your call to play to people. trueoldiesfla.com. We'll be right back.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-CANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig on Oldies 95.9 and 106.9. Have you put off buying new tires because you thought they were too
Where
expensive?
am I here?
Friendly prices at Friendly Tire and Margate on both new and used tires. New tires as low as $70 a tire. That's out the door and on the road, because Friendly Tire doesn't charge you to balance the tire.
Have you seen that video of Jean-Pierre
Yeah.
out?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got that. I might play it later.
I keep seeing that, but I'm just like,
Exactly.
Brian Craig here. Right now, Mike Lindell is offering the My Pillow, the pillow that started it all. Regular price $49.98, just $19.98 with our promo code KANE, KANE at checkout. I've tried every pillow too, the foam pillow, bamboo pillow, and a bunch more. None of them worked into my first night's sleep with the My Pillow. And patented fill inside, adjust to your exact individual needs. It keeps your neck aligned, holds it in shape all night long, no matter your sleep.
Oh, man. I'm just reading through something new here. These people, they just don't, they don't see themselves. They're just evil, these leftists. They're just evil.
You can also order over the phone, 1-800-716-6666. 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. Order your My Pillow and get the best night's sleep just like I do every night.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't think it's really sunk in that this is happening. What about you guys? It's so hard to believe what we're talking about is in process.
Do you suffer from knee pain? Have you been told that you have bone on bone or need a knee replacement? Have you been told that you have osteoarthritis?
It is sickening.
Come see us at Lighthouse Medical Center. We have non-surgical solutions that include rehab and injections that can
It is
prevent you
sickening.
from having to have surgery or prolong the surgery. We've been in practice for 75 years in South Florida.
No doubt about it.
754-222-6642. That's 754-222.
Historic, despicable. Yep. No doubt about it.
This trip offers a unique and intimate experience. You'll enjoy the best of Portugal, from the stunning city of Lisbon to the world-renowned Portland region of Porto. This luxury river
Unprecedented.
exceptional service and top
Mhm.
cuisine, you'll indulge in local wines and culinary delights. To join and learn more about this once-in-a-lifetime trip, visit brianportugal.com and request a brochure. On the air since 1977, it's the Steve King Show.
All right, welcome back. I'm Brian. It is the Steve Kane Show. We are on arrest watch, and that's what we're talking about today, the arrest of President Trump. Now, if you're a Florida homeowner and you're thinking about selling your home, you want to call Elena Castro first. And Elena Castro, she knows Florida real estate. She covers the entire area from Miami through Broward, Palm Beach, and the Treasure Coast. And you guys know real estate is hot now in Florida. Homes, properties, both residential and commercial, are selling for just huge amounts of money. But you want to make sure you get as much of a windfall as you possibly can. And Elena Castro is going to help you do that. She's got a way. She'll explain when you call her. I'm going to give you her number in a moment. And this number rings directly to Elena Castro's cell phone. And she was recommended to us by Tom Laporta from Laporta Contracting. So, she's a good person that you can trust. She'll walk you through this. She has a technique to get you multiple offers, and that's what you want, a little bidding war going on in your home. That's how you get asking price or above. So give Elena Castro a call, 954-478-5015. 954-478-5015. That's 954-478-5015. Make sure you tell her you heard about her on the radio. Again, that's 954-478-5015. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, it's Mike from Houston. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Houston?
Very disappointed with Governor DeSantis. I can't think of a greater cause to fight for than justice. And to say that, I'm too busy with stuff down here to do something. If, as you pointed out, to at least slow the process down, to shed some light on what I consider a criminal malprosecution. And it also begs the question: what resulted the concern of business fraud when the Bill and Hillary Clinton Foundation were bringing in hundreds of millions of dollars in pay bribery? Where was?
Oh well, what about Joe Biden? What about Joe Biden paid $25,000 to one of Hunter's hookers in Beverly Hills, one of his Russian hookers?
Didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it's in Miranda Devine's book. Yeah. Yeah.
I absolutely believe. So this double standard hypocrisy prosecution, and you cannot tell me that it's not intended to send a signal to people like you and I. Don't you dare, you average ordinary American, don't you dare enter into the world of politics.
Yep.
Come from the elite.
Yep.
That's pretty much all I had to say, Brian.
No, I got a question for you. No, before you go, because you're calling me from Houston, Texas, and man, Houston, we got a problem. So what about Governor Greg Abbott, your governor? Would he offer sanctuary to President Trump, which DeSantis seems to be refusing to get involved?
I don't know. And what I find is curious is the quiet. It's almost like people are looking out, and this is despicable, I will say. This is the time when people need to speak out, not take into consideration their political aspirations and livelihoods. This is a time when, I think individual like Governor Abbott should stand up and say, no, that isn't going to work down here.
Well, in Abbott's case, it would be wheel up and speak out. But all right, I appreciate the call. All right, now I know this. I mean, we're just in new territory. So yesterday in Manhattan, multiple law enforcement agencies had a meeting on how to handle an arrest of Donald Trump. They actually had the meeting about this. And they're saying that the Secret Service is recommending a virtual arraignment, which he could do, on a Zoom call. They're not going to let him do that. You don't watch liberal media. I follow liberal media, so I got to. It's part of my job. I need to know what they're doing. And in times of crisis like this, watching MSNBC, it's like you're seeing right inside, the enemy's room of planning. They're very open on MSNBC about what they're thinking and what's going on. And they have been fantasizing for years about the arrest of this great president, Donald Trump. And I've been hearing all these theories from people that are conservative. Oh, they'll do it virtually, like the Secret Service went. No, they won't. Oh, they'll negotiate so he won't be humiliated. There'll be no perp walk, and they'll let him come in a back door through a garage. No. This is Bragg's big moment. Bragg is thinking about, what he's thinking about right now? He is about to be in every history book ever written about American history. He is going to be in every history book in every American classroom for the rest of time, because he's the man who arrested a president of the United States. And he's going to put him through the whole process. And they're not going to do it virtually. They're not going to bring him in the back through the parking garage. They're going to make him walk in the front door. And they're going to do everything they can do to humiliate him. They've been waiting for this too long in their mind. And this is their moment to shine. So Bragg isn't going to do anything to not humiliate Trump or to not inconvenience him. He's going to inconvenience him as much as possible, humiliate him as much as possible, and have his face on camera as much as possible. I wouldn't be surprised if Bragg does the booking, does the fingerprinting of Donald Trump. I really wouldn't. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good. I'd like to say I'm doing well, but I'm not. They're going to arrest President Trump. So no, I'm not doing well. How are you?
This was all planned.
By who?
Intentional.
By who? Who planned this?
By everybody else that has actual power.
Well, who?
They think they're in power. They're not. The Biden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Joe Biden. Yeah.
It's Hillary Clinton. It's the Rockefellers. It's all of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a bad connection with you, but that's okay. Thanks for the call. Okay, no, believe me, Washington is behind this. This is not just Bragg and Soros. For something this big to happen, there's a lot of people involved, and you got to understand how they think. To them, he's not even a president. And the caller from Houston, Texas, one of the things he said that was spot on is that it's a message that if you're not from the political class and one of the chosen, you're not to be a president. Sometimes people slip through and make their way into Congress, but then they bring them along and open the books up to them and get them doing, their corruption, and then they're on the team, but not at the presidential level. Presidents are groomed from early on in life. No one just walks into it. Not even Obama, as a lot of people think. Even Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton wasn't just some hick. Bill Clinton when, remember they said he was you've heard he's an Oxford Rhodes Scholar, a Rhodes Scholar from Oxford. He never finished that program. Do you know why he didn't finish that program? He started it, but he didn't finish the Rhodes Scholarship program. You know why? He was accused of sexual assault. And Bill Clinton was so well connected that he was able to get out of England and get enrolled and finish law school over here. Where did he go? Harvard or Yale? I forget. That's a guy that's connected, not some good old boy hick from Arkansas. Okay? That's how connected. All these presidents are groomed, are chosen, are picked, are selected when they're young, except Donald Trump. And it is a message to people. If you're not part of the political class, you're not going to be our president. Now, we're going to take our break for the bottom of the hour. The phones are very, very busy today. If you're on hold, stand by. After the bottom of the hour break, I'll go back to the phones. Our number, 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. On the radio since 1977, celebrating 46 years on the radio. I'm Brian Craig, back right after this.
Making morning radio great again.
That's right. All right, guys. I got to take a quick break. I'll be right back.
The greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s coming up this morning.
Weather brought to you by Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Route 1 Seminole Plaza Shops, North Palm Beach. Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Voted in the best of the best patio store in Palm Beach County. PalmBeachPatioFurniture.com, where luxurious outdoor spaces are created.
And now, a True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club. Traffic is service of Palm Beach Kennel Club. Make plans for the Paddock Restaurant extravagant Easter buffet and on-track family fun festival Sunday, April 9th. Don't miss Chris McDonald's Memories of Elvis dinner show April 14th. Plus, lunch with legend Gary Clare April 17th. For tickets and info, go to pbkennelclub.com. Tom Laporta here from Laporta Contract.
I'm back. Back, guys. And don't forget, if you're new here, subscribe. There's over 1,400 people in the live stream. Make sure you like the video. That helps a lot. And if you're on hold, stand by. I'm going to go to the phones when we get back. Oh, man. And we'll be back in a couple minutes. Yeah, I know. It's tough. It's tough. I mean, I got to tell you, and I think a lot of you would agree, when they were with the Mueller investigation and everything, did you ever think they would take it quite this far? Now, don't forget, a great way for you to support the show is go to mypillow.com and buy something with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. You can take advantage of all the specials at mypillow.com. If you're watching on the live stream, we have our own MyPillow page. I have the link pinned in the live chat, but also in the description. If you're not watching live, in the description of the video, You can take advantage of all the specials at mypillow.com with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. I was talking earlier about the MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets, but the 6-piece MyPillow towel set is just $49.99 with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. I have 2 sets of these towels, and they are the best towels I've ever had. And I've had our first set of MyPillow towels since they came out, since he first released them, and they're just like brand new. It's like everything else Mike Lindell makes, just great quality. So with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, you can get the 6-piece MyPillow towel set for just $49.99, and the regular price is $99.98, so it's half off. Pretty good deal. That's right. And like I said, you can take advantage of all the specials at mypillow.com with our promo code Kane, Kane. You can also order by phone, toll free, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code Kane, Kane. So we're going to take some more calls. Steve will be joining us, and I'm going to play President Trump's statement, which is, it's tough to watch, but it's got to be played. It's got to be shared. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, subscribe, guys. You'll love this channel, I promise you. Let's see. All right, this is the last commercial, then we're coming back.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show, celebrating 45 years.
All right, welcome back. Callers on hold, stand by. We are on arrest watch, the arrest of the greatest president ever, Donald Trump. And Steve's joining us. Hey, Steve. Not well. Before I go to back to the phones, I played right at the top of the show something I want to play now. President Trump released a video message that is not being played on television, but he released it last night, and it's pretty frightening. He talks about what's going on, what he's facing, and to me, this sounds like his final message before his arrest. Like he doesn't know when they're coming. They could come now. They could come tomorrow. They could come Friday. You know, that when they want to harass someone, they like to arrest them on Friday because the courts are closed on the weekends, and then they spend the whole weekend in jail. They like to do that a lot. But this statement of President Trump's, I've seen it 3 times. This will be the 4th time, and it's difficult to watch, but it's got to be shared. And to me, it sounds like a man who's about to be arrested, and he wants to get a statement out before he does, because once he is snatched up from Florida and in Democrat New York City under their control, he doesn't know when he'll be able to speak to us again. So here it is. This is President Trump's statement. He posted this on Truth Social.
These 4 horrible radical left Democrat investigations of your all-time favorite president, me, is just a continuation of the most disgusting witch hunt in the history of our country. It's gone on forever with Russia, and Ukraine, and the Mueller hoax. It's an absolute disgrace what's going on. They even spied on my campaign. And remember this, with all of the work that they did on Mueller, no collusion. That's what the answer was all no collusion. Whether it's the Mar-A-Lago raid or the Unselect Committee hoax or the Stormy Horseface Daniels extortion plot, they're all sick, And it's fake news. Our enemies are desperate to stop us because they know that we are the only ones who can stop them. And they know it very strongly. And they're looking at the polls where not me, but we are up by so much. They can't even believe it. They know that we can defeat them. They know that we will defeat them, but they're not coming after me. They're coming after you. I'm just standing in their way, and I always will stand in their way. Thank you very much.
Wow. I mean, that's a historic speech right there. And that sounds like his possibly the last time we'll hear from him before he's arrested. Yeah. You want to take some calls, Steve? What do you want to do? All right. 1-888-GO-CANE-1. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. How you doing? My name is Maria.
Hey, Maria.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Steve? How you doing, Brian? Oh boy. Yeah, I'm not doing too good this morning. I'm very upset.
Yeah.
I just have a couple things. This is disgusting. It hurts my heart to see this. I'm about to cry. Look,
That's okay. No, you're not. Hey, no. You're not alone. No. Let your voice be heard, Maria.
Take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath.
I feel the way you do.
Just tell us how you feel.
Okay, I heard Tucker Carlson. I heard him last night with the lawyer on there, and he said Michael Cohen is sick and he's lying about everything. And he's saying that Michael Cohen is the one behind all of this because Michael Cohen is about to face charges, perjury charges for lying up on the Congress, the new Congress, the Republicans, or finna set him, charge him, have him charged for this. And other DAs, they want to charge him for this, and he's trying to get out of it because, like he said, he had $40 million of not paying taxes, bills.
Wow.
And he also said
that's Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen was facing life imprisonment.
Yeah, and he literally was the one set up the Stormy Daniels case. It wasn't Donald Trump. Donald Trump did not know it, and he said he secretly taped Donald Trump many times, and he said that is disgusting. And he said he came forth, but he said the DA in New York did not want to hear it. He had to force a statement with the jury yesterday, and he said that it's disgusting to him for these people to believe this criminal liar.
Now, yeah, that was pretty powerful stuff. I'm going to play some of that again. I played it earlier. I played some of it again, Costello. But at the beginning of the call, you said you're about to cry. What specifically has you so upset that you're crying?
It has me upset because it's just a fact. You can't literally tell me everybody went at this man over and over again. I mean, you had the Mar investigation, Congress, impeachment twice, phone call.
Mm-hmm. Well, and what President Trump said at the end of his statement was amazing. And it's what I was talking about yesterday is he's got a double-digit lead in every poll. And they know he's unbeatable because this double digit, and they've everything they've done, he's got a double-digit lead. They can't stop him, so that's why they're doing this. All right. Hey, Maria, you're not alone. I think a lot of people out there not only feel like you do, but are on the verge of tears and have maybe already cried. All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hey, Andrea.
So,
Yes.
what you need, I'm sorry.
Sure,
What people need to pay attention to is where are the Republicans? Because believe it or not, this was all caused by the Republicans who did not stand up when he was in office. This is caused by the Republicans who purposely derailed everything he wanted to do for this country. So it's not only these Democrats, it's just as much the Republicans' fault. And this is how you know Kevin McCarthy has not really done anything strong. Just Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis yesterday could have had his moment. And he took a cheap shot. But people need to pay attention to all of these people.
You sound like you're crying too, like Maria.
Brian, I'm upset for our country. This goes beyond one man. This is our country being taken over by the communists in D.C. What it is it's at the behest and capitulation of the Republican Party. That's how we got here. And it infuriates me that this is happening in the greatest country in the world. Like, I don't want to believe that that our country is done, because I think there are people just like me who love this country. But, part of it, we have no one but ourselves to blame. But I will say this, because I'm not such a great person and I'm not such a nice person. If Republicans get the White House and the House back, my hope is that they do the exact to the Democrats. I hope Joe Biden gets ripped every day of his life.
Okay, all right. Yeah, well, she's on a roll that's going to go places we're not going to go. But there's a lot of them, I understand. What the last two ladies are crying about is our country. We lost our country is what's going on here. And I want to play Governor DeSantis's comment yesterday, and I want to hear more of your thoughts on this. This is Ron DeSantis weighing in for the first time on the arrest of President Trump.
Be involved in this. I have no interest in getting involved in some type of manufactured circus by some Soros DA. Okay, he's trying to do a political spectacle. He's trying to virtue signal for his base. I've got real issues I got to deal with here in the state of Florida. We're obviously shutting down CBDC, which is important. We've got so many things pending in front of the legislature.
What's CBDC?
I've got to spend my time on issues that actually matter to people. I can't spend my time worrying about things of that nature. So we're not going to be involved in it in any way. I'm fighting for Floridians, and I'm fighting back against Biden. That's what I do every single day.
Okay, so first off, President Trump's a Floridian. Let's not forget that. And Bragg is attempting to kidnap a Floridian and transport him to New York for political persecution. So, I mean, if you're fighting for Floridian, and DeSantis said things that matter to people in Florida. This is the home of the 45th president of the United States, and I think this matters a lot to Floridians. Maybe not in Broward County, which is our own little Cook County here in Florida, but through most of this state, people are very concerned. And I want to hear your thoughts on Ron DeSantis' statements. We're going to take our last break of this hour. Our number 1-888-GO-CANE-1. We'll be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
Surprisingly, do you notice on the phones we're not hearing from? It's 2 days of this on. I don't know what CBDC is. He said CBDC. I have no idea what he's talking about. Well, that's awesome, Rome. I am live. That's what happens when you guys like and subscribe and click the notification bells. It tells that YouTube algorithm to let people know about my channel. So there's over 1,400 of you in the live stream right now. In fact, we're approaching 1,500. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, click that notification bell, and then it tells YouTube to send this video out and my channel to people that don't know about it yet, that like this kind of content, which is manga content. But that central bank digital coin, oh my goodness. I can't worry about crypto right now. Sorry, guys. I cannot worry about crypto right now. Oh my goodness. No. But that statement of his sounded like prepared, like he was waiting for that one. Like that's what he spent all weekend preparing, because he knew he was going to be asked about it. Central bank digital currency. What the heck? That's crazy. Central bank digital currency? Are you kidding me? I'm about as interested in that as I am the Ted Lasso cast at the White House.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral
Oh yeah.
Springs. Wings just the way you like them.
The social credit score. I got a sneeze coming on, guys. I'll try to.
Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Santa Road.
Ugh. Thank you very much. I hate sneezing with the mic around, but sometimes you can't help it. Oh. That's what happens. There's not one person behind this. It's the whole uniparty. All right, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane is here. Callers on hold, stand by. I want to tell you all about my chiropractor, Dr. Philip Appleton, and his laser away pain treatment. And I've been telling you guys for so long, he rid me of my knee pain after an injury, rid me of my arthritis pain. My arthritis pain gone after one treatment. My knee pain from years of suffering from an accident on my skateboard. 2 treatments gone. Neither pain has returned. And you know, I was at this point in my life where I just thought, well, you're getting older. That's part of life. You have aches, you have pains. That's what it's like. It is not that way. You don't have to live with pain. There is help with Dr. Philip Appleton. He's a chiropractic physician. His laser away pain treatment is FDA approved and it works. It's worked on me. And you hear some of our listeners, even in some of our messages we share here on the program. With his laser away pain treatment, there are no injections, no drugs, no surgery, no downtime, and it works on all kinds of pain: acute pain, herniated discs, rotary tears, fibromyalgia, spinal stenosis. Did I say herniated disc? That's a big one. Sciatica, tinnitus, repetitive motion injuries, strains and sprains, bursitis, work injuries, sports injuries. If you're suffering from arthritis like I was, it works. It's a free consultation with Dr. Appleton. If you mention you heard about him on the radio, he's open Monday through Saturday. Appointments are not necessary, and walk-ins are welcome because Dr. Appleton knows when you're in pain, you need help, you need relief from that pain, and you need it now. Here's his number, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. That's 954-973-0710 and online, AppletonChiro.com. All right, back to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. You're on the air.
Yes, this is Steve from Wellington.
Hey, Wellington.
I just got to say that this stuff that's going on is absurd. What they don't understand is that if you have solid proof against Joe Biden and his son and everybody else, why aren't they getting indicted? Why is this all swept under the carpet?
Because they're part of the club. They're part of the club.
Yeah, the club. I wish I was in that club because I'd handle things differently, but it's just not right. There's a man that's done so much for this country, so much for this country, and they just down him. They don't want him in there because he's not.
That's right.
He's a people's person, and this is the whole thing behind it. He can't be bought, and that's why all these people who have jobs and they're trying to get ahead, they can't get ahead because all these politicians are getting money under the table, and this is why businesses can't grow because the guy hands them the envelope and here you go. Okay, you got all the business, and this might could have a lower.
Well, a quick correction. They've stopped doing it under the table. They do it out in the open now. It's all over the place. They've done away with that. They just say, "Here's the money." You know, you're right about President Trump when he can't be bought. And you know that Russian dossier, which was so absurd. They talk about the Russian dossier, right? The Russian dossier said that Trump stayed in Moscow. He rented the same hotel room that Obama slept in Moscow, hired 2 Russian hookers, and pleasured himself as the hookers urinated on the bed. And Putin has a video of this to use against Trump. I mean, come on, that's so stupid. That's why they never tell you what it said, because it's so stupid. And I know it's crazy. And what happened is J. Edgar Comey, when President Trump was president-elect, remember when he was at Trump Tower as president-elect and all the people, Comey went to Trump Tower and he threw that dossier that I just described on President-elect Trump's desk and said, well, we could either investigate this or it can go away. And Trump said, get that blank out of here. You know, and that's when they started all this stuff, you know, because they tried to do a Stormy Daniels, blackmail him. He didn't take it. And now he's paying.
This is old news, though.
The arrest of President Trump. Now, I don't think a lot of people know the background that led up to this and what they've been doing. I don't think when people hear the Russian dossier, that's a vague thing. They never tell you what it is because it's so stupid. So what do you think? Are they going to arrest President Trump?
If they do, you want to know something? It's going to make him even stronger.
That's right.
So many people out there that are fed up with this crap. Okay, that it's going to make him stronger. And if he's so far ahead in the polls, he's going to blow them away now.
Yep.
There's so many people that are going to see what's going on. My wife works in a salon, and she's got a lot of clients that aren't Democrats, and they say, "Oh, Trump this, Trump that, Trump this." You go, "What don't you like about it? Always got a big mouth." Well, keep the gas prices down. Does that big mouth have a great economy where you can lose your job and have a job the next day? Try doing that now. Ridiculous.
Sounds to me like it sounds to me like the ladies at the beauty shop are the ones with the big mouth.
Yeah, exactly. My wife, she don't want to get involved in political, but you know she has to listen to them because she's doing their nails. So she.
Oh God.
Yes. You don't want to lose them as clients, but
yep.
That's what's going on in this world, and it's ruining people at their jobs. They're fighting, and it's horrible. It's never been like this. Never in a million years has it ever been.
Not even during Vietnam. Not even during Vietnam. Well, Wellington, welcome to the program, and thanks for your call.
Hey, you guys are great, man. I listen to you every day. I put you on by accident about a year ago, and I love listening to you on my 15-minute drive to work.
All right. Okay. All right. Take care. And those are good 15 minutes, I promise you. All right. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Kool-Aid from West Palm Beach.
All right.
This is exactly what Stalin did and what Putin did to get rid of their political rivals doing communism.
Yep.
So, you know, this is a big step forward to communism, and, you know, it's time for action.
Okay. All right. I knew when I heard Kool-Aid, we were going to, if you're on hold, stand by. The dump button there. Yeah. Oh my goodness. 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. I keep my finger close to the dump button when we're in trying times as these. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, good morning. This is Barbara. Well, good morning. It's a great show.
Thank you.
I'm very angry very, very angry at Republicans right now.
Mm.
The way I feel about what's going on with Donald Trump goes without I can't even find the words to describe how disappointed I am that this country would treat a former president this way. It is disgraceful. It's hard to even imagine what the leaders of the European countries are looking at us and thinking. And of course, even if Stormy Daniels was real, it's beyond understanding that they will go to this extent with the president, which shows the lack of respect that they have for him. And I will not, as a Republican, I'm not voting for anyone else but Donald Trump. No one else but Donald Trump. I'm very disappointed in the Republicans. They've been rather quiet. I like that the measured response from Kevin McCarthy. That was very nice. But I haven't heard from Ronna McDaniel. I haven't heard from anyone else loudly. Where's Matt? Where's Sarah? Not Sarah. Robert.
Mm-hmm.
And Marjorie Taylor Greene. Where are those big voices speaking out against this? Unless it's just not being shown. And I watch Max on almost in every room that I go into. I just have it in the background because I'm just very upset about this. And I think, number one, as far as protesting, they're waiting for us to do that. I would encourage people, if anything, we need to sign a petition. And if you are going to go out, if they arrest him.
All right. Okay. I don't want to get, when I hear if, it's time to move on. Let's take one more call before we break for the top. All right. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello, caller. You're on the air. They're listening on the radio, and there's that. Yeah, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Dean, calling from Boynton Beach.
Hey, Dean.
I listen to you every morning. This is the first time I call. I just want to let you know I kind of liked the DeSantis response yesterday when he was asked about President Trump, because in my opinion, if he actually stepped in and stopped whatever BS these guys were doing in Manhattan, it would kind of look like a hero that saved President Trump, and I didn't want this to happen. Although I do love DeSantis, but in the past couple of months, it was kind of pissing me off. So,
well, think about if Governor DeSantis, what I would like to have heard him say is some of what he said. Bragg's corrupt. He's on the take with Soros, and you're not going to illegally kidnap a Floridian. I don't care who they are, and take them to New York and put them in a gulag on Rikers Island. It's not going to happen. And think about this. If Governor DeSantis stopped or at least delayed an extradition and at the same time endorsed President Trump in 2024, he'd be a shoo-in in 2028 for 2 terms, DeSantis. But he could, but I guess Jeb wouldn't let him do it.
Yeah. He's definitely, in my opinion, not going to endorse President Trump, and add that to him, quote unquote, saving President Trump. He will definitely look like a hero for everyone else who doesn't understand what's going on here. And that will give him.
I think everyone understands what's going on. Democrats just don't care. Democrats think political opponents should be in prison. And Bragg would like to put all white people in prison, and most of the Democrats would like all MAGA to go to prison.
Absolutely. I was watching, I guess, Fox News yesterday, and it was someone on the news that they brought in that she was talking about how when President Trump was asking people to protest, and she was like, he's asking his,
Yeah, they're saying that he's calling for January 6th too, which is nonsense. We got to run for the break, but hey, welcome to the show, and thanks for calling. Don't be a stranger. Very good caller. All right, we're coming up on the top of the hour. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane's here. This is Florida's longest-running radio show, the Steve Kane Show, the radio station of Mar-A-Lago. The president himself could be listening to your calls when you call in. We'll be right back.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRP.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. So there's over 1,500 of you in the live stream right now. Make sure that you subscribe and like the video.
Two things. One, you got Google Next.
Yep.
Two, that Kool-Aid guy, he also got done last week.
Yeah, I know. I know.
He keeps trying to,
I know.
I recognize the
I'm
Kool-Aid
like
thing.
the
I'm
fastest
oh,
in the
no.
West.
Got the
With the yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, Kool-Aid's a troll. Okinawa, Japan, welcome. Okinawa, you may be the furthest person from me. Once you get to Japan, you're coming back to Florida. I'm going to play Costello again, and then Bannon and Mike Lindell. Oh, and I got George Conway. What a beaut. George Conway. Oh, my goodness.
You know, Greg.
You haven't heard from any of them this week. None of the liberal trolls. Nope.
What's going on?
I don't know. Why do you guys think the Democrats aren't calling in and rejoicing? We haven't heard from any of the liberals calling in and rejoicing this week. Why do you think that is, guys? No, we broke 1,000 likes. Thank you very much, guys. Keep liking, subscribe. I'm getting so close to that 60,000 number. And I know a lot of you are new who have subscribed. Welcome. You'll love my content. I'm at 59,542 subs. So we are, what are we, 458 away from the big 60K. And there's over 1,500 in the live stream right now. Do you think we have 500 people in the live stream that are not subbed? Sub, guys. Thanks for asking, D. Gives me an opportunity to do some shameless self-promotion. Oh, yeah, we will. But I'd like to make it today if I could. Thank you, CM, and welcome. All of you that are new to my channel, you'll love my content. Welcome. I do a lot of things here. I'm live streaming now on the radio. We're on 6 radio stations. I upload my podcast here, and I do some vlogging, too, and live streams out and about. I was live streaming from Mar-A-Lago on Saturday. Got to see where we're going to go coming back. I'll play Bannon and Lindell. I haven't played that this morning. I did play that on my podcast last night, but that's got to be heard. Well, thank you, Rome, Wisconsin. All right, Las Vegas. Welcome, Vegas. You know, I've never been to Las Vegas. I am busy. All right, I got to gather my thoughts here. Where am I going to go? I'm going to play the Steve Bannon, Mike Lindell comments on DeSantis' statement. Then I'm going to take some calls. Where are we at? We're at 59,548 subs right now. 59,548. All right, Southern Maryland. Thank you. Welcome. I wonder what those shows are like when those in-residence shows. They just rush you in and give you cheap food and booze and get you out. I don't know. I've never been to any. I'm sure some of you have been to some of those resident Vegas shows. Pennsylvania. By the way, we still haven't heard from Fetterman. They released those ridiculous photographs of him in the hospital like 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised if they make his wife the senator, appoint her the senator, while they wait a special election if he has to step down. All right, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane is here. Call is on hold. Stand by. Okay, so Ron DeSantis said Trump's on his own yesterday. And Steve Bannon was interviewing Mike Lindell right after this happened. And you back with us, Steve? Okay, yeah, okay. So I want to play this clip. This is Steve Bannon and Mike Lindell, and they're responding. This was right after Ron DeSantis told Trump he's on his own.
Governor DeSantis, you're better than this. That was a weasel approach. And don't give me don't throw in a thing about the porn star. Don't need to hear it from you, okay? Don't need to hear it. Okay. Mike Lindell.
Well, first of all, DeSantis is the Trojan horse we thought he was. I just want to put that out there, how disgusting he is. If they arrest our great President Donald Trump, hands down, he wins the 2024 election.
Okay, and I want to throw this out, in particular to our Florida listeners. Governor DeSantis, this is the political show of record in the state of Florida, the Steve Kane Show, okay? Governor DeSantis's people monitor this broadcast, and I think they need to hear from you and hear your opinions on Governor DeSantis's statement yesterday, all right? Our number 1-888-GO-KANE-1. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian and Steve. This is John in Wellington.
Hey, John.
Johnny, what's up?
How are you? How you doing? Your outrage is important, and it is correct. You should be outraged. I know I am. But everything that the left has thrown at Mr. Trump has blown up in their face. Yesterday, you likened this to the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. This one's different. It's going to blow up in their face. It's going to blow up bigger because this is a bigger issue. I say let this thing play out. Let them do what they need to do with Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump is going to come out of this smelling like a rose, looking better than ever, and he's going to win 2024 in probably the biggest.
Yeah, but hold on. Okay, when they extradite him to New York, and he is under the control and a prisoner of the Democrats, they're going to put him through everything. You think they're just going to let him walk in and walk out? You think they're going to keep him in jail?
Nope. But give them their 10 minutes. This is what they've been salivating over. Give them their 10 minutes. They're going to enjoy it. They're going to love every minute of it, and then it's going to be over.
Well, that's easy for you to say on the mean streets of Wellington, while our president is in Rikers Island.
Well, he's going to have Secret Service security, and they're probably going to put him somewhere far away from the average New York scumbag.
Mm-hmm. That's true. You mean Democrats? You mean Democrats? All those violent criminals are Democrats. There are Republican criminals. They're in the white collar prisons, right? The ones where they have the violent criminals. Those are the Democrats.
That is correct.
All right, John in Wellington. Yes.
One more thing. What they're doing right now sets a precedent. That means that if the Republicans have the spine, the backbone in the near future, now we can go after Democrat former presidents. They just opened up a whole can of worms.
But is that really the country you want to live in, where we have political prisoners that are at the level of president?
No.
What does that mean for us? If they can do this to a president, what could they do to us?
That's what they're trying to do. That's what Mr. Trump is saying. They're not coming after Trump. They're coming after us.
That's right.
The way.
That's right. All right, John in Wellington. All right. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Bruce.
Hey, Bruce.
Georgia.
Hey, Bruce.
Hey, Bruce.
Yeah, DeSantis needs to pull his head out of his ass.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I had to dump that. I don't disagree with the statement, but I had to dump that. But we'll wait for the delay to build back up, and then we'll take some calls. Well, if you're on hold, stand by. While we're waiting for the delay to build back up, George Conway was on MSNBC, I know the Lincoln Project guy. Yeah, he's talking about they're very excited. On MSNBC, there's not a paragraph where perp walk isn't mentioned in the last few days. This is George Conway, the Lincoln Project guy, on MSNBC last night.
I saw a quote from one of his lawyers who said something to the lines of the effect of there won't be a standoff in Mar-a-Lago, which it never occurred to me that was possible. And as soon as he said that, I thought to myself, oh, that makes me think there might be a standoff in Mar-a-Lago. It reminded me a little
Okay,
bit.
now this is Chris Hayes, the nighttime guy on MSNBC, who's interviewing him. So he's talking about a standoff between the Secret Service and, I don't know, the NYPD that come there to arrest him. I don't know who he's talking about. And he's all giddy that there might be a thing. What a jerk. This is on national television, this guy's having this thought. I'll go back and then we'll hear Conway.
So as soon as he said that, I thought to myself, oh, that makes me think there might be a standoff in Mar-a-Lago. It reminded me a little bit of the quotes that people around Trump were giving in the run-up to January 6th, assuring everyone constantly, he'll go, he just has to work through this. To your point there, given the record before, given what he did on the classified documents, when there's a fork in the road between complying or pressing the envelope, it seems like he likes to push the envelope, and this is another such fork in the road, George.
Yeah, and that's quite possible. But then if he does that, then he gets the perp walk that I should think he doesn't want, but maybe he does want it. Maybe he does want a perp walk in order to inflame his supporters. He just cannot predict the psychology on this.
Okay. Yeah. And yeah. So he wants a perp walk. Yeah, exactly. You know, they've been talking about they are salivating for the perp walk. They can't control themselves. All right, let's go here. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Brian. This is Greg from Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, Greg.
So I just had a different take. So as I've said on the show before, I'm an immigrant here, and I am literally so scared of what's happening to the U.S. Many of us come to this country because of law and order. That's what attracts us to this country. I am seeing so many things that I've seen in my own country where South Africa was the only first world country in Africa, and our society is falling apart because the government has been weaponized to do the things that Democrats are. And that's what happens with leftist governments, that they want control, they want to control everybody. They want to...
So you came from Africa for a free law and order society, and what you're finding is the type of governments that are in Africa here in the United States now.
That you're trying to get away. Absolutely. And that's what I say to all my Democratic friends, that the Democratic Party, I know what they are because they destroyed my country. So I'm seeing the exact same thing, and that's why the society in the U.S. is falling apart as it is, because not only are people not having faith in the government structures, people just don't respect government. You see what happened in Miami Beach this weekend. It's part of the systemic problem that Democrats have caused, that people just don't respect law and order, where the Democratic Party can do all the things that they are doing to Trump. They can trump up charges, and people can celebrate as if it's the most normal thing. But I must say to people listening, this is something to be scared of. You know, the U.S. has a reserve currency. Why? Because of law and order, because of democracy. But there is no more democracy with...
Yeah. Listen, I've got to run for our break, but don't be a stranger. Your perspective is a very important one. Thanks so much for your call. All right, take care. All right, we'll take our break and be right back.
Sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the...
All right, and it's time to check in with attorney Barry Siegel from the Siegel Law Group. Good morning, Barry.
Hey, good morning, Brian.
Good. What do you have for us today?
Well, one of the questions that we often get is, what is the difference between a revocable trust and an irrevocable trust? And really, first of all, when we do general foundational estate planning, The most common trust is a revocable living trust. That means it could be changed at any time. Somebody could change it every day of the week if they wanted to. So it's very easy, very flexible to make changes. So if you need to change a trustee or beneficiary or a term, that can be done by an amendment or an amended restated trust. An irrevocable trust is a trust that's just that. It cannot be changed. Now, it can be changed, but
It has.
it's
I just
much
haven't
more
talked about it
difficult
every
to
time.
change. Usually, we'll take a court order in order to get it changed. So irrevocable trusts are used in more advanced circumstances, such as estate tax planning, charitable planning, some sorts of Medicaid planning. We don't use it too often in our practice, and things like that. So we do use it, for example, when there's another type of trust that is used in Medicaid called an irrevocable income trust that is used to help shelter income. So it's used for more advanced planning. So most people, when they're doing their general estate planning, are going to be using a revocable trust.
Yeah, that's right, and that's what Steve has, and that's what you're hearing about most of the time. Now, listen, the Siegel Law Group offers a free consultation. All you got to do is mention that you heard Attorney Barry Siegel on the radio. His main office, Attorney Barry Siegel, is in Boca Raton, but he has offices throughout Broward, Palm Beach, and Dade County. But of course, in the era of Zoom and everything else, if you're in the state of Florida, the Siegel Law Group can help. You can find them online at siegellawgroup.com or give them a call toll-free, 855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782. All right, Attorney Barry Siegel, we'll talk later in the week. All right, back after this.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, I'm Brian. Steve is here. Only one opening on the board where Attorney Barry Siegel was speaking with us. But I want to tell everyone about this incredible cruise through the wine country of Portugal down the Douro River. And this is August 23rd through September 2nd. And this is really a perfect time for this cruise. This date, August 23rd through September 2nd. This is not an accident. It's not a random date or anything. This is the best time for this cruise through wine country down the Douro River, because the Douro River is surrounded by the vineyards and the grapes are on the vines. In fact, this is the time when they're doing the picking to make the wine. You'll be able to stop and grab grapes off the vine and eat them, maybe even see some wine or take part in wine being made. Now, if you book by March 31st, and that's coming around, that's just 10 days from now, guys. If you book by March 31st, free round-trip airfare. And if there's two of you, you can get an airfare for a pair. Free round-trip airfare if you book by March 31st to Lisbon. Also included is high-speed rail from Lisbon to Porto, where the riverboat awaits. Now, this is a first-class experience. It's a wine sampling tour throughout, but it's also a culinary event, too, along the way. Breakfast, lunch, dinner tips are included. For more information, go to brianportugal.com. When you go to brianportugal.com, on the left side of the screen, you're going to see a button that says Request a Brochure. Click that at brianportugal.com. Request a brochure, and you'll get all the information about this cruise. brianportugal.com. All right, I'm Brian. Steve is here. I've lost track of the order in which everyone's called in, guys. My apologies. Some of you may have been on hold 6 seconds. Some of you may have been on hold for, 1 hour and 31 minutes. I don't know, but let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Helen from Kansas.
Oh, yes, Helen.
Hi, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Well, they're violating President Trump's Fifth Amendment rights to nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice.
Well, here's the thing, Helen. By the way, thanks for your call. I'm surprised we heard from her after that little anti-Semitism the other day on Friday. They don't care about the Constitution. George Soros, who gave $1 million to Bragg's campaign to put him in place. Remember, George Soros turned Jews over to the Nazis, Steve? So this is not a guy who cares about the Constitution. He doesn't just care about the moral code of humanity. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Lisa, and I'm so glad that the man from Africa called in because he's reverberating sentiments from friends of mine that came here from Vietnam, actually, who came to escape communism, and they see it happening in our country. And Ron DeSantis, the fact that he's not going to help Trump, well, you reap what you sow. And the fact that he's not showing America that he's standing up for this type of horrible treatment to a former president in his state is absolutely horrific. And, it's what that man called in about a moment ago that he's scared of, that he tried to escape. That is what we are seeing happening to our country, is why people are crying and we're sick to our stomach.
What do you
The company.
What do you think DeSantis is thinking? I mean, there's no place in America more MAGA than Florida. Ron DeSantis made a very weird statement yesterday. He said he gets his values. He says he's a native. Did you guys see this? Did you see this, Steve? This is unbelievable. Ron DeSantis, who's a native Floridian, which there aren't that many native Floridians. My wife is one. But most Floridians are transplants, like me and Steve. And I like that we've got a good old boy Floridian governor who wears cowboy boots, right? Because that's what he grew up with, not because he said yesterday that he gets his values and work ethic not from Florida, but from Ohio and Pennsylvania roots in his family. That's like that. That's so Joe Biden-like, talking about Scranton, and he's setting up, he's trying to bond with Ohioans and Pennsylvanians. By saying that was so out of character for DeSantis, very weird and insulting to us Floridians. Oh, you don't get your values and ethics from here? Thanks a lot, Gov.
Exactly what my husband and I, as soon as we heard it, it was the slimiest thing. And what he's suffering from right now, DeSantis, is he's a big fish in a little pond. And he hasn't been up against the stuff that Trump has. Nobody could have survived the stuff that Trump survived. And you reap what you sow. And he is going to get trounced by people because everybody can see through that statement of, I get my values from Ohio and Pennsylvania. Exactly. The first thing I said was, that's what Biden sounds like.
Yeah.
Trump never did that. He was born and raised in New York and then transplanted to Florida. Never once has he ever put down New York.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. President Trump never puts down voters, regardless of their political party. He never says an unkind word about voters. He may say unkind words about politicians and Rosie O'Donnell, but not regular people. He doesn't even attack Democrats personally. He says, vote for me. What do you got to lose?
Yeah, DeSantis has lost it as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if I can ever trust him with that kind of ridiculous statement about Floridians. And then the fact that he's not standing up for true justice for this president, ex-president, to be taken from his state. He's just going to, like that man said, Pontius Pilate. What a perfect.
They are, as far as I'm concerned, they're kidnapping Donald Trump and taking him to New York. And Ron DeSantis, if Ron DeSantis would have said, listen, he is one, President Donald Trump is a constituent of mine. He's a Floridian, and Bragg, who's on the take with Soros, is not going to kidnap Floridians and take them anywhere and put them in jail. It's not going to happen. Not under my, but that's not what he said. He talked like Jeb and Biden.
Talked like a sneaky politician from the Bush family, right out of the Bush.
Well, and I'll tell you what he said. Yeah, forgetting about the insult to Floridians, where there's no work ethic apparently or morals. What he said about Trump, that was like prepared all weekend. That's the best thing they could prepare. They prepared that, and they thought that sounded good. No one said, "Hey, Ron, you don't want to say that. You got to at least make the MAGA people think you're with them." No, they thought that made him look good. That wasn't just off the cuff.
And that was a smarmy little comment he made about, well, I don't know about, paying off prostitutes, What a ridiculous thing to say. What?
Yeah. which implies that Stormy Daniels is telling the truth.
Exactly.
No.
She's not.
No, he never had sex with that woman, Miss Daniels. All right, take care. No, he never. First, President Trump never had sex with Stormy Daniels. He took a picture. You take pictures with people. Every time you take a picture with someone does not mean you had sex with them. All right, unless your name is Bill Clinton. At least you tried, right? Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. I'm hearing a squeaky wheel. You're on the air. Yeah. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm an OTR driver in Iowa.
Okay. What's on your mind? You're on the air.
Hey, I just wanted to just make a comment this morning. I think DeSantis is either stepping out of his lane. I think he's a good guy and a solid governor, or he's a rhino, or at least he's confused about his priorities.
Or he is intoxicated over the thought of being president.
Right. I don't think he's the president. You look at the way he is and the way Donald Trump is. They are miles apart.
Yeah, but he's got that Ohio, Pennsylvania ethics. Biden and Fetterman are from Pennsylvania. Is that the kind of ethics he's talking about? Is that the kind of morality he's talking about?
And you know what? It's funny because you see DeSantis, and I'm not a Floridian. I'm not going to pretend that I understand what's going on in Florida. It just looks really good. Everything that's going on with the guys from Pennsylvania and Delaware, it doesn't look good, and I don't understand why people just don't get that.
That's right.
John Trump is the president.
That's right.
He is kind of wrong, but this isn't about personal feelings. It's about the survival of our republic.
Yep.
The world and the U.S. relationship with it. Point blank.
Yep. All right. Take care and oil that wheel. That squeaking's driving me nuts. Take care. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, it's like nails on a chalkboard. We'll be right back.
Morning radio great again. It's the Steve K Show with Brian Craig. The greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s coming up this morning. Each patio furniture center and your luxurious outdoor spaces are created. Here's the oldies forecast.
Oh man, I'll be right back, guys.
And now, a true oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
I just went and stretched my legs. Welcome, everyone. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe if you are new. We haven't gotten any indication if Trump's going to fight extradition. What do you guys think? Is he going to fight extradition? Yes or no? Or is he going to go and get it over with? What do you guys think? Well, it does because, in Florida everything in the courtroom is televised. So I don't know. I've never seen an extradition hearing. I don't know what's involved so far as discovery and things from the charges in the other state. So if there's that kind of opportunity and it would be on television, because remember, this isn't federal court, it would be televised. That could be amazing. I just looked at the MRE's menu because I'm going to talk about their Philly cheesesteaks in a bit, and my stomach just growled. Oh yeah, the phones are ringing like mad. Federal court's not televised, but this would not be federal court. Oh boy, I tell you. Well, is this how you become president? Is that leadership? Is that leadership? No, I've never seen an extradition hearing. Certainly not one at this level. I don't know if anyone has. I don't know who Miss F is, and I don't know what anybody did. But if you want to unsubscribe, you're welcome. You're welcome to do that. That's true. The link to our book is in the description. All right, welcome back. I'm Brian Craig. Call us on hold, stand by. Only one opening on our board at 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. I was talking during the break to our people in our chat room. People asking, will Trump fight extradition? I've never followed an extradition hearing before, so I don't know what can be involved in that, and I don't think anybody knows at this level. But if Trump, we're on arrest watch. So if they come down here, if they send the NYPD, aren't all the NYPD cops in Florida anyway? Haven't they all quit and moved to Florida? But if Trump fights extradition, this could be a very interesting thing. Okay, if he fights extradition, I don't know what is involved in that. Could maybe, Greg too is an attorney. I'm sure he knows all about it. Maybe he'll tell us. But in a extradition hearing in Florida, would there be like discovery and things from the charges? in Florida, this would not be in federal court. It would be in a state level, a county court, a state court or something. In Florida, all of our courtroom activities are televised, part of that sunshine law I was talking about earlier. And I think it would be amazing for President Trump to challenge extradition if information is being revealed about this ridiculous case they have against him. Let me take a call or two, and we got a lot more to share, and time is running short. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Sounds like you. Yes, hello. Hello. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Well, he a lot. I would say in Florida, when it comes to Ron DeSantis, there's what you just said is so true. There's a lot of disappointment going on. A lot of disappointment. Well, at this point, I'll throw this out to you guys. At this point, would there be a debate? Would DeSantis be able to face Trump on a stage after the way he's behaved? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, and when I was a kid in Florida, there was this T-shirt thing that went around. My grandparents went to Florida, and all they got me was this lousy T-shirt. And my president got arrested, and all my governor did was nothing. I mean, I don't know. We got to come up with a phrase kind of playing off of that. I got to think about that a little bit. Hey, thanks for the call. All right, I appreciate it. On Friday's show, I got a call from a listener out of state who's visiting South Florida on vacation, and he's looking for a hotel near Anne Marie's, just so he can eat at Anne Marie's while he's here on vacation. Is that amazing? That's absolutely amazing. And the food at Anne Marie's is just out of this world. It's homemade Italian food. But then I got a call earlier in the week, last week, from a new Floridian, a transplant from Philadelphia. Ron DeSantis likes those Pennsylvania values. The only thing that I really like about Pennsylvania is the Philly cheesesteaks. And this guy, he took my advice, because I've been telling you guys about the great Philly cheesesteaks, which Anne Marie's is famous for locally. And he's from Philadelphia, and he did something very bold. He actually ordered a Philly cheesesteak sandwich out of Philly, right here at Anne Marie's, and he was raving how great it was. He was comparing it to the Philly cheesesteaks in Philly, and that's that. Let me tell you, they make a Philly cheesesteak at Anne Marie's that's satisfying a guy born and raised in Philadelphia, the home of the Philly cheesesteak. That says a lot, doesn't it, about the quality of their food? And that Philly cheesesteak, like everything else, is overstuffed and massive. All the portions at Anne Marie's are huge. Now, they have a lot of other subs and sandwiches too, but that Philly cheesesteak is what they're most known for. And of course, it's loaded. And you can also get it, if you don't want the steak, you can get it with grilled chicken, Philly style too. And it comes in two sizes, regular and giant. I would recommend the giant because if you get the regular, which is huge, and you'll end up taking some of that home, when you're done with it at home, you'll say, man, I wish I'd have gotten that giant so I could even have more here at home. So Anne Marie's, everything is delicious over there. And we talk so much about the great Italian food that's homemade, but that Philly cheesesteak will just, it will blow your mind. And of course, Anne Marie's is located in Pompano on the northwest corner of US 1 Federal Highway and Copans Road in the same plaza as the movie theater. When you stop in, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hey, Joellen.
I said,
really?
Trump, of course. Yes, I don't know why she came up like that, but anyways, most of what I heard yesterday was snippets of what DeSantis said, but when I heard the entire speech, what he said, it just really made me sick.
Yeah, what about those Ohio, Pennsylvania values that he and work ethic? How about that?
The fact that he had to throw the porn star part in was really just a jab. So, anyways,
well, I'm gonna throw this out to you, Joellen. I do not believe Ron DeSantis could win the Florida primary, even if Trump wasn't in it. I think he's really upset the Republican voter base in Florida, where he could not. I don't think he could win a statewide election in Florida. And if you can't win your home state, you can't win. Go talk to. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely not voting for him, but where I worked down the street from Mar-A-Lago, one of our housekeepers, she works for. I just found out she works for Trump, and she was showing the pictures on her phone of he and her, and just beaming. She's Hispanic, and she says he is so great to his staff, and she says, so. The next day, there was a paper said that some of the housekeeper was being deposed or.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not sure if it's her or not. I haven't seen her, so just to find out. But I'm going up there to Mar-a-Lago today to just show my support, and we'll see what happens.
All right. Tell the president that Stephen Bryan said hello. All right. Let's. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Tony. You're spreading fake news, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
About Pennsylvania or Ohio. He's talking about, that's on his book. You're saying he said that yesterday? That's in his book.
Oh, I misspoke. Well, wait a minute. He wrote the book, so he said it. Right? He said, I misspoke, so he said it in the book. Okay.
Well, that's fine. Whatever.
It was reported yesterday. So where's the fake news? Ron DeSantis said it.
Say it yesterday. You said that
it was reported. It was reported yesterday.
If somebody says something twice,
but
it doesn't count.
You reported that yesterday. You did. I mean, come on.
It was reported. It was reported yesterday at the same time that his comments were made about Trump. Is this the best that I remember, Steve? Maybe I've just gotten so good at this, but I remember when callers on occasion would catch me and have their way with me. I mean, this is sad.
You're mad at DeSantis because he's not standing up for Trump after Trump's team is filing ethics.
Okay, all right. Now he's tries to do things so we have to disconnect him. And that's just how they roll. All right, listen, we're going to take our last break and be right back.
Hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on the.
All right, and it's Gold Report time this morning, and as we do every morning at this time, we check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated in Boca with the Morning Gold and Precious Metals Report. William Youngerman, how the metals looking today?
So metal's giving us a little bit of a pullback, giving us a buying opportunity again as we pull back to support area from after hitting $2,011 yesterday. Pulling back yesterday, $10.90, closing at $1,978.40. The metal traded in a range of $1,965 all the way up to $2,011 early on in the evening, and then came back down. Silver closed down 7 cents at $22.53. Platinum was up $15 at $990, while palladium closed down $3 at $1,342. Overnight, we've seen so far a range of $1,961 to all the way up to $1,986 on gold. And right now, gold's trading about $1,963, down $15.40. Silver down 3 cents at $22.50 per ounce. Platinum down $4 at $986, and palladium down $12 at $1,330 per ounce. So good buying opportunity right now with the lower end of the range coming in at giving us a nice buying opportunity of about down $25 more.
When people stop in or call, what are they? I'm assuming mostly gold, but when people buy gold, what kind of gold are they buying right now?
Pretty much everything. Gold bars, gold eagles, buffaloes, the kangaroos from Australia. We're selling everything right now.
Yeah.
So we're also seeing shortages. So we heard from 2 dealers yesterday that literally closed shop because they were bought out of every single ounce of silver, gold, and platinum.
Wow.
Stock.
Well, I know that doesn't happen at William Youngerman's because everything is available for immediate delivery. That's something else. And you know, that's an interesting point you made, though, because that's what's going to down the road drive premiums higher. So right now, premiums are at a low compared to what they will be with the demand so high.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Supply lines or in some cases for some products over a month out.
Wow. That's well, this is the time. Listen, stop in or call William Youngerman. He opens up at 10 a.m. And if you can't stop in, that's fine. You can do business over the phone with buying and selling. His number, 1-800-327-5010, 1-800-327-5010. Online, williamyoungerman.com, or stop in at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca on the first floor of the Bank of America building, immediately east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. All right, William Youngerman, exciting times. We'll talk tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Great.
All right, back after this.
Show is on the air.
All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Hey, Tom.
Morning. You guys, the guys that you, the last caller had it all wrong. There's no fake news here. It's just loyalty news to your daddy. That's all. You know what I mean? You don't give any other.
Wait a minute. It's just what kind of wait a minute. What kind of news for our daddy?
Loyalty news.
Loyalty news.
Yeah.
Yes. Trump is my daddy. Yes.
Brian, there has not been, which is upsetting, and honestly, you have not disagreed or said anything that might, I don't like this, or I don't. You are blind to this guy's, and that's the problem with his fan base. You guys
fan base
to everything.
Well, I gotta ask you. Hold on. Can you? I got a question for you. And don't take this personally. Are you a trans man? Or are you a biological woman?
A biological woman.
Are you?
This morning when I went to the restroom, I didn't have any indication of that, Brian. How do you?
That was a denial. Well, the reason I ask if you're a listen. The reason I asked if you're a trans man and a biological woman is because you sound so hysterical. You sound like a woman who's hysterical. That's why I asked you that.
Let me turn it down a notch for you, okay, Brian?
All right, butch up. He's going to butch up now, Steve. All right, Tom's butching up.
Yeah, butching up, okay? All I'm saying is that you for somebody who can't even look in the mirror and say that you just have blind loyalty to this man, it's a problem. And people see that because you don't give any other perspective except how it benefits Bond, okay? And that's your problem, man. That's your problem. And Steve does it. Steve sees it. Steve.
Yeah. Well, tell me something that the great MAGA king, Donald Trump, has done that's good, that you approve of.
I give porn stars money that I don't sleep with before an election to not have the pictures with them, and then I just give them money for whatever reason.
Are you now? I know. See, I know a guy like you. Women don't want to take pictures with you too often, but just because you take a photograph with a woman,
what my life is and what I have
Studley Tom here. Studley Tom.
from you is this, is that you are a blind follower with that you don't have your own opinion except for whatever Donald Trump tells you. That's a problem, pal. Okay?
So I know I'm a problem. Just because you take a photograph with a woman. Oh.
Joe, is because sometimes Steve gives a perspective from another angle. And also, too, I'd like to hear what you actual people come out and think. What you come up points to this man and his support and everything. You guys are blind. Half your listeners are on the right side looking for somewhere to look, and the other side are so blind, all they do is listen to you and get.
To find out how impartial you are, can you tell me one good thing President Trump did as president? One good thing, since you're impartial and all.
One good thing that President Trump did. I think that the tax and tariffs on China were an absolute fantastic thing.
Okay, no, that was a stretch. All right. Hey, listen. That was a stretch.
I'm glad you had your way with me. Have a good day, buddy.
All right. Dude sounds like a lady. He's very hysterical. All right. Take care, Tom. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah. All right. Let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Wow. What's that guy so hysterical about, Brian?
He doesn't sound like he's celebrating Donald Trump going to prison. He doesn't sound, yeah.
I see a lot of you so-called conservatives, and they just don't really have that edge of what a conservative is. This dude doesn't realize that Donald Trump is a godly man. In behind all of what he was with the flashes and the glare, he's not a drug addict. He's not an alcoholic. His family comes from good backgrounds. They don't do drugs. He had one brother that was an alcoholic, and he hated alcohol because of it. There's many things that I could say about Trump on why I'm a fan, but I don't blindly follow nobody, and I don't think you do either. I think you just realize that the movement has more to do with him than it does with any of these other politicians. They're all fake. Just like DeSantis losing weight and doing all the things that he's doing, all it is just for composure and positioning to try to get power. And for me, it's just watching a drama show like that he probably came from like Washington, D.C. is where I would say that guy probably grew up.
I don't know. He's pretty upset, though. We haven't really heard any liberals celebrating this week about the arrest of Trump. No,
because they're so tuned out. They don't even know what.
And what I love about Tom's call, this show is so good, even people that hate us listen every day. That's amazing. That's how good we are.
Yeah, your haters are always better than your love.
That's right. All right, man, Vince. Take care, man. Good call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Al from Broward Beach.
You sure about that? Broward Beach.
Delray Beach.
Oh, okay.
Okay, pretend like I said Broward, please. Anyway,
Broward Beach. You said Broward Beach. Are you sober? Did he say Mike? Did he say Broward Beach? He did. Mike, the board up says you said Broward Beach. You okay? You were just in the hospital.
Next month they'll have the Atlanta indictments, and that's what you got to worry about.
Oh, so he's good. Okay, so President Trump. Oh, so slow down. So you're predicting that nothing's going to come out of the New York charges. Is that what you're telling us? You're looking towards the Atlanta RICO charges. So nothing's going to happen in New York?
There'll be a trial, but Thursday is when he'll
surrender. He's going to surrender himself to Atlanta? Are you kidding? Let me ask you, what are your thoughts of, because this is true, it's in Miranda Devine's book, Laptop from Hell. Joe Biden paid $25,000 to one of Hunter's Russian prostitutes on his credit card at the Beverly Hills Hotel. What are your thoughts on that?
I would have to see that in writing, I believe.
Miranda Devine's book, Laptop from Hell, it's in writing, it's written.
Yeah, that's her.
No, it's in Hunter's laptop. It's in Hunter's laptop in his emails and text messages on the laptop. That's written too.
Joe Biden is not responsible for his son's actions, so.
It was Joe's credit card. It was Joe Biden's credit card that paid for the hookers.
Maybe Hunter Joe's credit card.
Oh.
Who cares?
Who cares? Well, the reason I bring this up, Al, the reason I don't, hey, listen, don't worry, I'm not going to bring up your Costa Rica trip. The reason I bring this up, okay, he's relaxed now, he's relaxed. Okay, we're time's short, so I had to diffuse that. Oh, he's trying to relive the glory. So you hear that? He's trying to relive it like a sicko. No, the reason I bring it up is because if it's a crime in New York to pay off somebody who's blackmailing you, Stormy Daniels, it's got to be a bigger crime to pay $25,000 to Russian hookers at the Beverly Hills Hotel.
Oh, what a comparison. It had nothing to do with campaigning, so in any case, David Ralston's...
All right, go, enough. Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name? Notice I didn't say thank you for the call.
This is Bill from Sanford.
Oh, George Zimmerman's neighbor.
I have two quick comments. Number one, I would like to see all MAGA, especially Floridians, email DeSantis. I did it, and I'm IT stupid. It's very easy. The other one is that Stormy Daniels has no proof, not like Paula Jones, I think it was, that had proof it was Clinton.
No, that was Monica Lewinsky that had the dress.
No, Paula was able to describe a part of.
Oh yes, President Clinton had Peyronie's disease, and Paula Jones in the deposition testified to that. Peyronie's disease is a curvature, and I remember this very well. And remember his curve to the left. True story. Yeah, that's right. That's right. She proved it.
And she got like $800,000 from Clinton.
More than that, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, email DeSantis. Help. He needs help.
Let me tell you, Ron DeSantis is aware of this conversation today, and believe me, that if he's not heard it himself, he'll be briefed. Hey, take care. All right, take care. All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. Yes, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh boy. Hello. Yes. Earth to caller.
Yeah, this is Ed from Gold Spring.
Hey Ed, what's up?
Hey, I'm a long-time listener from Steve when he first started radio. You guys are doing a great job, and I just wanted to mention.
Here's
that
the setup.
Here's the setup. Getting arrested, and then they're going to do.
Okay, all right. We're not going to get to the do and the pauses and all that stuff. Oh my goodness. All right, that was the last call of the day. Oh my goodness. The dump button for the delay has gotten an overtime. I hope it's been on. I know it's been on, but I've had to use the delay button today more than I have had to use total since we've been here at the new studio at the corporate headquarters here.
Dump button and the quality of the show.
I don't know about quality of the show. It has something to do with the quality of the callers. I mean, the lower class of caller, the more often I have to use the dump button. The dump button, you know, we're on a delay, and when somebody says one of the words you can't use on the radio, you hit the dump button. That's what we're talking about. Hey, guys, we're out of time for today. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane, of course, has been here. You are listening to Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977, celebrating 46 years on the radio, The Steve Kane Show. And boy, oh boy, we are on a arrest watch, people. We are on a arrest watch. It could happen any moment, any day, any time of the day. But one thing you can count on, when it does happen, the arrest of Donald Trump, CNN will be there, just like with Roger Stone. We'll be back tomorrow morning. God bless America. And, of course, God bless, because he really needs it right now, Donald Trump. See you tomorrow, guys.
WNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indian.
All right, guys, I got to run, but make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. I'll see you soon. Take care.